everyone, and welcome to another Sovereign Citizen Watch. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a good week so far. Happy Monday, happy December. Hope your Thanksgiving holiday went well if I haven't seen ya. I'm a little congested today, so I'm sorry. I'll be doing a little mouth breathing. I'm sure that'll be very pleasant for everyone. You honestly probably won't be able to tell very much, but if you pick up a little nasaliness, that's why. I'm just a little congested. Don't know why. It's a little dry. Maybe that's why. See, we're on a hype train, so that's cool. It's actually a treasure train, so I think gift subs are 35% off. Very cool if you want to help support the stream. Fennikagami with 47 months says, Hannah streaming on the 1st? What satanic magic is this? Well, I wasn't here yesterday, so I figured it made sense to stream today. I might take Thursday off, though, because I do work that day. Janerdy with a 26 stream streak says, thank goodness Twitch reminded me to resub by playing an ad as soon as I open this page. Sweet Lily Love with 5 months says, it ain't easy being Hannah's sub. Cicero Fields, thanks for a 3 stream streak. Lady Ann with 61 months says, pro tip, don't sub in the middle of an ad. The Twitch app will freak out and get higher than a giraffe. Feistiest Bard, thanks for a 90 stream streak, and that catches us up. Cool beans! We are getting close to our costume goal, so if you want to help with that, you can always use the tip link. We're on the very last legs. We're a little over 90% of the way. So if you want to get us there, you can use the tip link, or if you want to help support the stream, you can do subs or whatever. It's early in the month. I'm not going to be very, very concerned about it. I pushed so hard those last however many days. Thank you, everyone, by the way, for all the support to help me get through the period where I had to be in the hospital. Helped a ton. Much, much appreciated. Could not be surviving without you guys. So thank you. Magos Informaticus with 21 months. H. Baird with 59 months says, apparently it's my sub anniversary. I'd ask when my Dom anniversary is, but who am I kidding? I know my place. This sub baby's name is going to be Andros Vicarian. Andros Vicarian. Zarek Shadow 2000, thanks for 2 months. How's it going? Says 2 months. Woo! Gets us over level 2. Hey Amber, how's it going? What else? If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, like the stream. Cool beans. Just a Peach with a $1 tip says, did you see my Discord post about James Rink? Oh no, I didn't. Where did you post it? Hold on. Was it in live stream chat or was it in conspiracy chat? Let me go find it, because I am curious. I will be saddened if he has passed away. It's in tinfoil. I will go take a look. Where was it? It was announced on the Wingnut Roundup with Jeff Holiday that James Rink oh, fuck. It was announced on Wingnut Roundup with Jeff Holiday. James Rink passed away today, Sunday, around the 2-hour mark. I don't know how to clip it, otherwise I would. Jesus Christ. No, you don't have to apologize, just a Peach. I'm just sad. I don't like James. I didn't like James. He was obviously someone who needed a lot of help, but he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. That's incredibly sad. Whatever health issues he was having being exacerbated by the fact that he wasn't going to seek out real medical help. That makes me very sad. I really hope his family's okay, and I hope they get the support they need. I hope his friends get support they need. I hope this is a wake-up call to some people in the group, but I think it'll be the opposite. I think a lot of them will... He already primed them to believe that this was an attack. So that's not good. Phoenix Leftist, thanks for 42 months at tier 2. Appreciate it. We'll talk about that more on Tinfoil Tuesday tomorrow, but my thoughts go out to his family and friends, because, again, he believed stuff that wasn't true. He was delusional. But he was a human being. Bubble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub. Alright. Let's probably get into it so I can stop thinking about James, because I'm actually pretty sad about that. I was hoping he'd get help, too. I really was. We knew that he was going into, like, congenital heart failure, though. That was not a good prognosis, anyway. He returned to the hospital after the convention and never left. I guess at least he was trying to receive help. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Lucas Dawn with 54 months says, sub baby number 6, baby no name, baby Bond, James Bond, Dr. No's cat, Odd Job's hat, and Money Penny's desk welcomes a new sibling. Blowfield's head is the name of this baby. Nemesaur, thank you for gifting 20 tier 1 subs. You've been very, very generous. You always are, but especially lately I've noticed. Thank you, Nemesaur. Alright, so, isn't his name Blowfield? What did I say? I thought that's what I said. What did I say? I thought I said Blowfield. Blofeld? Is that what I said? Field? Okay, Blowfield. I've not seen the James Bond movies. Don't get mad at me. Dr. Worm, thank you for 52 months. It was due to a heart attack. It wasn't a choice, but a need. Ah. Ash, thanks for 36 months. This sub-baby's name is going to be... Quacky. It's a duck. Its name is Quacky. You're welcome. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Much appreciated. 97% to level 7. What a crazy hype train. Do I think I'll ever get into Bond? Probably. I own all the movies. Is that an insane thing to say? By the way, when someone mentions something like that, and I'm like, I've never seen that movie, I own it. Is that an insane thing? I feel like it's an insane thing. Like, what do you mean you own every James Bond movie and you've seen none of them? Like, I own more James Bond movies I've never seen than most people own movies they like. That's crazy. That's insane. I will point out, I got them at, like, a thrift store, or, like, I found them on crazy sale online for, like a really, really cheap amount. So, I do have an excuse for that. You sound like a hoarding collector. You don't even watch your stuff. I watch it. I just have a lot of it. Anyway. Doon, doon, doon. Let's jump into it. Let me pause this music. That also had the stink of derision, Mr. Duck Sauce. Don't hate me, but if you do, you don't have to watch me. It's true. So, we have a traffic stop today I wanted to take a look at, but first we had an older traffic stop of his, actually. So real quick, let's take a look at his original traffic stop and then his most recent one. The noise comes in a second.
It's gonna be an older black male with a gray beard.
What's up?
Hey, David.
Hey.
Jacket on.
Tell you who he is yet?
What's that?
Tell you who he is yet?
He does not.
Alright, let's take him out and bring him back so we can identify him.
Yep. I was just trying to see if we had anything on there so I could at least come up and already have his information, but it's a rental car.
Yep.
And I got nothing else on it.
No idea who it is?
No, I've never even seen this guy before. Blew right through the stop sign, but he is not, he said he doesn't have to stick around. I was like, okay, well, I'm advising you legally you have to stay here.
Yeah, he's detained.
Alright. You got a rental car, brother. You got to have a contract for it, right? And a driver's license. I need to see that.
Status check. 410-4.
Benikagami with 40 bits says, gonna trauma dump. As some of you may remember, my mother and brother moved in with my wife, or rather moved in my wife, son and I. For the most part it works out well, with one problem. My brother has been a learned wait. Hold on, I always avoid wearing glasses. Let's try this. Will that help? My mother, Jesus Christ. My brother, He's been a learned helplessness on the spectrum issues. He has a lot of behaviors that just don't work while living with other adults, and when we try to point them out, he just responds with, "It's the way I am," and refuses to accept it's not the way he has to be forever. It's just the way he is now. And that was 1 out of 2.
I'm going to give you a little bit of insight. Right. My uncle was first sergeant military police.
Okay.
My cousin is a police officer in Genesee County.
Okay. Who is it in Genesee County?
That would be...
Genesee County? Is this in Michigan? Am I farsighted? No, these are just reading glasses. I haven't, in fairness, I haven't had my eyes tested in a long time, but they've always been fine.
Morgan.
Yeah,
Is
he's
the
in
first
me.
name. So anyway, I also have had federal security clearance of high security public trust, right? So I'm all about Constitution.
Okay.
So I need you as a public servant, because am I a public servant or are you the public servant?
So you're correct. I'm the public servant.
Good. You have an oath of office to that Constitution. Am I correct?
Yep.
What's the 10th Amendment?
So I'm not going to get in.
The 10th Amendment to the Constitution says that the rights not given to the government are given respectively to the states and the citizens of the states thereof. Something along those lines.
So you don't, no.
Yeah, this is a thing he does a lot. This guy's really annoying. Whenever the cops start saying something he doesn't like or doesn't want to hear, he literally does the thing. He does the la 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 la. I'm not listening. I can't hear you. He does this a lot. So I apologize, but he's going to continue to do that through the rest of this video and the next one.
10th Amendment.
We're going to have you step out of the car.
You're not going to do anything.
All right, come on, sir. Get out.
Yep.
Unlock
We're going to
the
have you
car.
remove out of the car.
So I'm going to record this.
You're
Again,
free to record. You can record whatever you like.
I'm going to...
Second part, Fennikagami says, "It's gotten to the point that we've had to go on a trip out of state for 2 days just to get a break from him. Oh, by the way, he got mad that we decided to do this trip because it was too sudden. That's a pain. I'm sorry. I hope you're able to deal with that. I hope you're able to communicate with him and he's able to sort of adjust. I don't know."
Roll up the window. Now you're going to recite the 10th Amendment.
Whew, I need a microphone.
I'm going to have 203 start this way as well. 196 to 203 if you can head to this location.
Next step is I call 911 and I get SWAT here.
We are SWAT.
We are SWAT, so...
Good. You're an insurrectionist at this point in time because if
They're insurrectionists because they pulled him over.
you're trying to...
I find that funny considering actual insurrectionists don't get punished. In fact, they get to be president. Peeplord says, "Why does this room smell like fish since I turned the lights off?" Oh, because it's full of lamp rays.
Demand anything out of me?
We need to
Now, keep
identify
in
you,
mind, I
sir.
have no problem with giving you my license and what have you. What I'm doing is I'm ensuring you're abiding by
I poked my eye!
your oath to the Constitution.
So we need to see your
Thanks for the
driver's
hype
license.
train.
You
and
don't
your
need to
vehicle
see
registration.
anything from me because you are a public servant.
Have I covered the guy who prank called the police over his child support warrant and wore a Groucho Marx disguise? Yeah, is this that guy? I guess I thought this was that guy.
I have the right to travel
Is it?
under the 9th...
Hold on, is this that guy? Because he's annoying in the exact same way. This has gotta be that guy, right? He did the Groucho Marx glasses, right? Am I wrong? Maybe not, at least not on this channel. He reminds me of him a lot.
Amendment. I have right, First Amendment right, freedom of exercise of religion. Freedom of exercise
So what
of
does that have to
religion.
do with you
I'm
committing
going
a
to
vehicle and
clarify
traffic
for
law violation?
Stop interrupting me. You're the public servant. First Amendment.
203
Freedom of
copy.
exercise of religion, right? Does it state that
So
clearly?
what I don't understand, sir, is what does it have to do
So-
with you not stopping
That's
at a
what
stop
I'm getting
sign
to. Are you going to
and
answer
speeding?
my question?
No,
Save money and get decent glasses. You can probably find some frames you like. I can't save money. It goes to bills. Fennikagami says, "To be fair, according to the president, insurrection is when government officials disagree with you." I love that nothing means anything. It's great.
I need to see your driver's license and
If
registration.
you're not going to answer my question, then we're not... You want to act like a public servant and answer my question, or do
So
I?
you're
You want to act
literally-
like you're the
so what
authority
you're
when
gonna
you have
do is-
none?
It's turn this from just a simple traffic stop.
So what I'm
verify
doing
that
is
you
I'm
have a
asserting my rights as a U.S. citizen and validating that you're not abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So my job here today
So
is to
your
monitor
job here
traffic
today
safety.
is to enforce the law. Is that correct?
Correct, which you violated.
No, because which is the supreme law of the land, Marbury versus Madison.
See, I don't know if he's drunk. He just sounds like this, because in the other video he sounds like this too.
If a law is created that violates a constitutional standard, it is automatically null and void.
So, sir,
Is that
how does that have
correct?
to
If
do
you
with
have an oath to
not
the
coming to a complete
Constitution-
stop at a stop sign?
So that's what I'm getting to.
Incredibly frustrating listening to people try to argue case law at the side of the road. Like, that's not at all how this goes. I know you all know that. They don't, apparently.
What's the freedom
I don't
of
understand.
So if you don't understand,
roundabout
I'm
way to
free
get
to
to that.
educate you. Are you going to
Why are
listen?
you yelling
It's-
at
Sir, Pennsylvania
Because you
versus
are-
Feels like this guy likes the public servant part of public servant too much. He doesn't even understand it. Public servant does not mean that they are a servant to every individual member of the public on an individual basis in any given context. It means that by and large, through their job, they serve the public interest, right? The public interest can be this guy needs to be pulled over. The public interest could be fuck this guy, he's driving without a license, he needs to get arrested. He doesn't seem to understand that. No individual is the public. No one is literally John Q. Public, right? It is a collective thing. No individual is the public, and you can't order them around. That's not how this works.
not
Mims,
listening to
Sir,
me.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that we have the right to ask you out of the car.
You don't have any rights. The First Amendment, separation of church and state.
That's Supreme
What?
Court case law.
Supreme Court case, Marbury versus Madison. If a law is made that violates a constitutional standard, it's automatically null and void.
Sir, you can either give us your license or you have to step out of the vehicle.
It's your choice.
Okay, that's a choice. We did it. Choice was made. The breathing out.
All the doors are locked too.
Yep.
He thinks it applies because he thinks it's unconstitutional to require a license. He's incorrect about that, of course, but that's what he's trying to get across very poorly and for poor reasons.
It's annoying, isn't it?
I'm here till 10.
Yes.
I've already fought a course case in North Tonawanda. Just let you know. I had it thrown out. It was dismissed for the same principle I'm stating with you right now.
Okay.
So do you think you have the authority?
You
Yes.
violated vehicle and traffic law.
Which law is that?
1172A.
State law?
New York State vehicle and traffic law.
Who state Constitution refers to the U.S. Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Is that
Yep.
correct?
We're not doing this, sir.
If you're not doing it, then I'm not doing it.
Okay.
If you won't engage in endless circular arguments with me for YouTube, then fuck you, rolls up window.
This 203 responded.
203, did you say you responded here?
Yep, I'm on my way there now.
10-4.
Calling 911.
I'm aware.
He's gonna call 911. What a good usage of the emergency lines. Waste everyone's time. Yay.
County, just so you're advised, this driver's calling 911.
Cause I ain't fucking driving.
Niagara County 911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I don't know where it exactly is. What road am
We're
I
on
on?
Rui
officers?
Road, sir.
Do we?
Hello, 911. I'm being talked to by the police and they won't engage in my frivolous pseudo-legal arguments. Please send more police.
We're on Rui Road.
Rui? Okay, I'll let you, the officer, explain. Right now I have a couple police officers. I'm
Please, officers.
trying to assert my rights under the Constitution. First Amendment, separation of church of state, which states clearly in the First Amendment that the freedom of exercise of religion, that freedom of exercise, if Congress can't pass a law, then they can't violate the Judicial Department
From the people who brought you arguing pseudo-legal bullshit at the side of the road, it's arguing pseudo-legal bullshit with the 911 operator.
Can't enforce the law. That's supreme law of the land. I'm asserting that with these officers, they're pulling me over for a traffic violation, which is state law. And
Holodeck the halls with the Return of the Living Dead reference.
on the federal level,
Send more cops.
they refuse to abide by their oath of office to the Constitution. Now they're acting under the 10th Amendment, which states clearly to the state or the people. It's not exclusive to the state. So that said, they don't have any authority nor jurisdiction in the...
Oh, he's citing the 10th Amendment, but he's not using it in the way that actually makes sense in this context. Sir, the 10th Amendment is the very amendment that allows the state to have traffic laws and regulate their roadways with licenses and insurance requirements, etc. So you're citing the very thing that empowers them to be doing the thing you say they have no power to do. Bittergrin, with 100 bits, says, so they can't use their lights because it's not an emergency, but he can call the emergency line. Of course, naturally.
matter. Even if I did go through a stop sign, there's nobody that was hurt or injured, which doesn't make it a crime.
Oh, so nobody's hurt or injured. Bye, click.
And since I follow common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments, no murder, no theft, no coveting, no bearing false witness, and no adultery.
Okay, sir, that has nothing to do with the law of the United States, or the states within the United States, or the counties within the states within the United States. So maybe just listen to the cop on this one and take the ticket.
They are currently committing an insurrection. Well,
10 Commandments. That would be silly, sweet Lily Love. He's only counting 5 of the 10 Commandments, as he said, so obviously it's fine.
I don't know if I did or not. That's what they're proclaiming, but state law doesn't supersede federal law. Federal law, First and 10th Amendment, as well as the 9th Amendment apply here, and they're violating the rules of the Constitution, which in turn would make them insurrectionists. Now, I have police officers in my family and what have you. Sure, my name is Richard Ewert. Driver's license, Ewert, E-W-E-R-T. And just for fun, because I don't have any problem with giving them my license and what have you, I'm just kind of asserting my rights at the moment. My driver's license number, if you need it, is 810.
I'm gonna skip past that so I don't get this guy's driver's license number.
So again, if you want to have the argument about it being commercial or what have you, because that's what driving is referencing, that's
No, it's not. You're incorrect. You're very wrong.
why you would need a license if you're working under commercial, which I technically am at the moment. But nevertheless, the 9th Amendment still applies.
Do you have an emergency?
The emergency is these cops are violating my constitutional rights and
Okay, so that's not an emergency, sir.
they
Well, their
refuse to leave.
lieutenant's on the way over to speak with you. You can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there. But unfortunately, right now, you're tying up an emergency line for somebody that could be in cardiac arrest or having trouble breathing or having chest pain.
Well, they did try to say that I have to step out of the vehicle, and they're
Okay, that's not an emergency. Even if what they were doing was illegal, it wouldn't be a 911 call. Thank you so much. It would be a call to, like, the normal police line, not the emergency line. And what they're doing isn't illegal in the first place. But if it was, this isn't what you'd be doing. What are you talking about?
trying to demand things out of me. We're acting like they have the authority when they're public servants.
On the way there, you can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there, okay?
Alrighty. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Where were you headed to when you were driving down there?
I'm delivering some food.
Where are you delivering?
Go
it?
ahead.
I don't know the exact address.
Wait, he's delivering food? Then he's, by sovereign citizen definition, in commerce. He's even within the sovereign citizen pseudo-legal framework, he's in commerce and therefore would require a license because he's doing a delivery driving job. Noises. Loud noises. Loud, raucous noises. Flames. Flames in my face. Flames on your face. Flames on all our faces. A pox on your house. Your mother sucks eggs. What are we doing? What are we doing? I bite my thumb at thee, sir. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Look. Woo! Okay. Okay. The sovereign citizen thing is already bullshit, right? But at least on some level, I could tell myself it's a bullshit standard, but it's a standard. But this is telling me they might as well say nothing and just say, fuck you, I don't think the law applies to me, get the fuck out of my face. You might as well not even make up the pseudo-legal framework. You might as well just, again, stick out a middle finger and say, fuck you, and that should be the end of it. Because he's not even following the incredibly, ridiculously loose standard by which they apply to themselves. It's insanity. It's insanity.
How long have you been doing DoorDash for?
I've been doing Uber and like
10-4, we heard.
Like I said, I don't have any problems with you guys. I'm not a defund the police or anything like that. I'm fully on your
He
side.
just thinks they shouldn't be able to pull him over in the first place? That doesn't make any sense. No sovereign citizen I have ever seen thinks that, or at least not, they don't attest to believing that.
But when it comes
They
to
absolutely believe that people who are driving, in their definition, can be pulled over and ticketed and whatever. He's just full of shit.
constitutional rights, especially with the Democrats being the way they are, I'm making sure that
Those Democrats, am I right?
asserting my rights.
Do you have that rental agreement on you, sir?
No, it's actually at home.
Okay.
I guess my thing is you either don't believe me that you ran directly through a stop sign, or you didn't stop at all. You went directly through a stop sign and are speeding.
Well, I wouldn't say I was speeding. I wouldn't know that. But again, the stop sign, to me, I didn't see the stop sign. So if I did, it's because I didn't see it.
That's fine, and we could have gone a whole different route over this, other than
Exactly. And I just wanted to ask you questions, and then you
it's
didn't
not for
refuse
you to
the
ask
answer.
me questions.
It
I
is
was
my
super
job.
cordial to you. I came up to you. All
It
I said
doesn't
is I
make
need
a
to see your
difference.
driver's license.
Again, you're the public servant, right?
Correct, but
So
no
if I
one's
ask you a question, if you wanted to keep it cordial and everything, you would have
Right.
answered the question.
right. But you're not even identifying who you were to me.
I don't have to
You
identify
do though,
you.
because
No,
you're
I
driving on a New York State roadway. You need to
Ninth
produce.
Amendment.
It has nothing to do
Right
with
to
that.
travel.
You can speak with my supervisor.
Now he said the 9th Amendment. That is the Supremacy Clause, but earlier you were citing the 10th Amendment. What are we doing here?
Okay.
This isn't even the new one. This is the new one. This is just the background video. This is just to see who he is. I think we watched this years ago when it first came out.
It's New York State law. This is a traffic stop. Identify yourself, or you're going to be arrested for obstruction and a misdemeanor.
All right. You have an oath to the Constitution. Is that correct?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
It's time to get out of the car and identify yourself.
So if you go and do what you're doing,
Yep.
you're violating your oath to the Constitution.
Nope.
Yes.
You're detained right now. You're accused of committing a crime, a vehicle and traffic law. You have to identify yourself. It's basic when you're 16 years old and you get your license. I'm Lieutenant Swift, badge 203. You're going to identify yourself to these officers right now.
Apparently we have vision insurance, so yes. I should get an appointment for an eye exam. That would be good.
Why are you not identifying yourself?
I already did actually on the 911 call. I gave him my driver's license number and everything. But as far as that's concerned, again, you have an oath to the Constitution. Are you going to allow me to speak? I'll clarify this for you.
Yep. Are you going to identify yourself?
Are you going to allow me to clarify
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
So I already did on the 911 call. I actually gave you. Did you happen to take notice of the driver's license number that I gave? That you could ran it.
Well, we wouldn't be able to do that because we're having a conversation while you were giving that
So
to
either way,
dispatch.
right? We have a hold to the Constitution. Now, keep in mind, I don't need anybody. Again, as I iterated with them, my uncle was first sergeant military police. My cousin is works as police over in my county, Genesee County.
Just the worst.
So I have no problems with the police.
He gets arrested in just a second for this stop, don't
What
worry.
I'm doing right now is I'm asserting my rights. I'm making sure you're abiding by your oath to that Constitution. Why is that important today? Because what I'm saying to you right now, because as much as you're trying to come at me, keep in mind I have the full legal right to remove Joe Biden from his office right now. With the same
He has the full legal right to remove Joe Biden from office. How? What?
context.
Are you okay?
Is it possible for one to learn this power?
Are you
do
okay?
you know what year it is?
You know what year it is.
Do you know what year it is?
Okay, let me clarify this for you because you want to have this kind of argument. Do you proclaim December the 12th month?
Of the year? Yes.
Even though the word itself literally means 10th month?
I thought that was the 10th Nemesaur, and 9th was Supremacy. Am I getting them flipped? I could have sworn 10th was the states not enumerated here are granted to the states and the citizens of the states respectively, and I thought the 9th was Supremacy.
Sir, I don't know if
So exactly.
I don't know
because
if
you don't know
I
anything.
want to help you. I don't know if it's a
I
mental
want to
health.
help people too.
Is this a mental health issue, or are you?
Yeah,
do
that
you
sounds
hate the
like
cops?
you do have one, because if you proclaim December to be the 12th month when it literally means the 10th, means you're probably
Okay.
not in your right
Identify
mind.
yourself to these police officers, please. Right now, identify yourself to these police officers.
So are you doing an insurrection against people?
10th is Supremacy? Okay, I got him flipped in my head. Whoopsie. Thanks for correcting me.
You're about to be removed from this vehicle.
Wait, no. Grimsbane says the 10th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution reserves powers not specifically given to the federal government, to the states, or to the people. So I was right. Am I right? People confuse the fuck out of me.
Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Shut the car off.
Let's go, ready?
Shut the car off. Shut it off right now.
Come on.
Shut it off.
Get out of the car.
Step out.
On your stomach.
Roll over.
I don't normally let this part play, but I'll let it play on this one.
Now you just committed assault.
On your stomach right now.
Give me your hand.
Now you just committed
Relax
assault.
Give me your hand.
Relax your arm.
I am fully
Relax your arm.
relaxed. You committed assault.
No, you tried to close the window on me after I told you to get out of the vehicle. Gave you multiple chances to identify yourself.
Now I told you quite often that you're insurrectionists against
You want a
people.
double cup on him?
Do you have any weapons in the car?
No, now you're performing an illegal search and seizure. Violation of the 4th Amendment.
One
Let's
96 photo of
roll
1 2.
this. All right, sir.
All right, brother.
Did I watch the new
You want to roll to
video?
your side here.
We're about to watch the new video, actually. That's why we're watching the old one.
And sit on your bottom. Sit up. Ready? Up on your feet.
1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3. Okay. Back to
Right. Please pat him down.
Yes, sir.
I don't have any weapons.
Oh, we gotta check. Here
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
I definitely fucked up on the 9th, 10th Amendment thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I gotta go back to studying. Jesus Christ, I fucked that up. I was very wrong about the 9th Amendment. Well, guess I have something to do later.
I have a right to wear them anyway under the 2nd Amendment.
Thank you for the corrections, everyone.
You got your brother. Peace.
Yep.
And thank you, Nemesaur, for correcting me on the Supremacy Clause thing. I don't know how I got that fucked up in my head. Alright. We can probably get out of here. They're checking his belly. So this is his new video. This is from 2 days ago. He now has a full beard. He's evolved into his next Pokemon form. Just a Peach with a $1 tip says, one of the kittens just licked some soy milk drips from my cup, and it made an oh gross face. Yeah, I can't imagine soy milk tastes very good to them. If not milk, why milk-shaped? Alright. So here's his most recent traffic stop. You will be shocked to find he has not learned a single goddamn thing. He looked better without it. I would disagree. I think the vast majority of dudes look better with beards. So that's just a personal opinion. Nah, I'm good, Mr. Blast. I am already so packed on space with books and movies and stuff. I need to not get any things until eventually we move and I have more shelves and stuff.
Hey, good evening, Officer Radeski, University Police. The reason I stopped you is when you made a right on red over there, there's 2 signs that said do not make a right on red.
I didn't see him. But regardless, just letting you know.
I like that probably would have just been it. It would have been maybe he would have said like, hey, let me see your license and registration, because they do often check that when they pull someone over, even if it's just like them doing a quick, like, hey, warning. But I like that he gets up into his whole thing here when he really doesn't have to, and he's making the whole thing difficult for everyone when he really had no reason to.
I have First Amendment immunity from state as well as federal prosecution.
What separates a beard from a cope beard? A cope beard is something that, like, a trans woman has before she comes out and is hiding from herself. It's not about the beard, it's about the haver of the beard and why they're doing it. My beard was a cope beard because I really hated it and was disgusted with it and myself.
I'm also in court in regards to
I got better.
this, and I have escalations constitutional challenge all the way up to the Attorney General. Everything else, you're technically in violation of Penal Code 55.10, 10.00, 135.00, which is unlawful detention, 135.05, 135.60, coercion 3rd degree, 135.
I don't know if you know this, but listing a bunch of codes off the top of your head is only impressive if you know what you're talking about, and you don't, so it's not impressive. It's annoying.
5.065. Coercion 1st degree, 195.00, official misconduct grounds for impeachment, which even the governor can't pardon because, again, I have supreme sovereignty. That's Article 2, Section 2 of the New York State Civil Rights Code.
Okay.
The police power under Article 15, Section 290. Do you want me to continue, or?
No, I don't want you to continue because it's not
Yeah, could you, shut up, actually? That would be the best course of action, probably.
relevant right now. Right now, I have probable cause to stop you because you violated a vehicle and traffic law.
No, that's Title 18, Section 241, conspiracy. That doesn't make a difference. Yep, and I have supreme sovereignty. Like I said, I'm recording this.
All right,
So I'm going to carry on because, again, I'm already in court and I already win my court battles,
You
right?
need to get your driver's license.
No, you don't have that. Again, I'm going to assert this principle. I'm going to assert all the laws because obviously you don't
I
know.
assert all the laws, especially that one about not tearing mattress tags off until you buy them. That one in particular.
The law.
Oh, okay.
So you got Title 18, Section 241, conspiracy against rights, which applies to you too.
Okay.
242, deprivation of rights under the color of law, right? So you're acting under color of law,
Right.
right?
I'm enforcing
249,
law.
249, hate crimes, all 3 of which are domestic terrorism, handled by the FBI.
Domestic terrorist?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep, and I already have, like I said, I have this filed up all the way to the Attorney General.
Great. Okay.
So then you have 1201, kidnapping. I mean, unless you say that,
Kidnapping you right now?
well, right now you're unlawfully detaining me, right?
No, he's lawfully detaining you.
Lawfully detained because
You turned right when you weren't supposed to. He had probable cause to pull you over.
it's a traffic stop.
No,
Probable
you
cause
did.
for
You don't
enforcing New York
probable
State vehicle
cause.
traffic law.
You don't have
Watch what happens when he gets overwhelmed.
reasonable
Section
articulable
1110A,
suspicion.
which is violating a traffic control
So when it
device,
comes to 249,
right?
241,
I'm gonna need your driver's license.
you're,
sir.
so again, sir, I am advising you clearly. That way I can put this into the court system and everything
You
else.
can also request their body
But
camera.
I already do that. Trust me, I'm already posting it online and everything too.
Cool.
So that said, like I said, because this is going to be recorded and everything,
Okay.
you're violating my religious freedom.
Religious.
His religious freedom to drive without a license.
Yes,
That's my favorite religion.
as a Messianic Jew, aka Orthodox Christian, which
Oh no, Chief Motto! I miss Chief Motto. He used to call himself a Messianic Jew as well.
predates Catholicism.
Okay.
I'm
appreciate the
strict-
history lesson, but this isn't relevant to the
Yeah, it is relevant because
It's the new thing Jews for Jesus call themselves, aka Christians cosplaying as Israelites.
you're violating my rights. My rights are relevant.
You have the right to drive a car on
What happened to Motto? I don't know. He doesn't post anymore.
New York State
I'm-
roads without
I check every once in a while to see if he's posted anything. He just hasn't.
insurance, without registration.
Well, technically,
without
this.
driver's license.
Well, actually, I do have a Brady motion to where I'm going to disqualify having to have a
Do you have
license.
driver's license?
I do have a driver's license,
Okay.
but I'm advising you clearly.
What-
That
what
way,
state is it in?
it's New York State.
Oh, okay. All right. Can I
Yep.
have it?
No,
Why not?
because right now I'm informing you clearly of all the laws that
Right now,
you're in
I'm telling you
violation of.
clearly that you're on a traffic stop right
So
now.
I'm already informing you that I have supreme sovereignty under. No. I'm the no. I'm supreme sovereign. You're my servant.
No.
Yes. That is how that works.
So you're on a traffic stop.
So
You
you
don't
are
have
my
the law.
servant. You are violating the law.
You are my servant! Hey, fun fact, if someone's your servant, you don't have to say it to them. I don't know if you know this. If someone's like, you're in charge of them, you don't have to say it. It goes unsaid. You don't have to continually assert something that is true like that.
And I am informing you of all the laws that you're in violation of.
Okay.
Because you are my servant and you will listen.
Okay. All right.
Don't
Will!
interrupt
You will listen! Someone will listen to me!
my investigation. You're obstructing
You're
justice under 1512. Right? That's obstruction of justice under Title 18, Section 1512.
Okay. Great.
Then you have 2381, treason. 2382, misprision of treason. 2383, rebellion or insurrection. 2384, seditious conspiracy.
Okay.
Also, likewise, 485.05, hate crimes, because you're attacking me based on my religious principles. My religious
Oh,
principles.
actually, stop
Your
you.
religious principle says you can take a right turn when you're not supposed to on red?
Because I'm
No, any law.
There it is. He's getting overwhelmed. He's losing. But it better be time to start ignoring the other party.
485.05, hate crimes, because you're attacking me based on my religious principles. My religious
Oh,
principles.
actually, I stopped you because I'm.
No, any law.
I love the big wheel on Price is Right. Let's go.
Doesn't make a difference.
Ooh, $1. We did it.
Because when it comes to 242 and 241, as well as 249, it says any law. Do you understand English?
Any law?
So any law that violates the rights of people is automatically
Can we have that sound on the soundboard? Would it not be the most annoying thing ever?
null and void.
Why would you ask for that?
So anyway, I just came out at Wendy's, and there was 8, I shit you not, 8 homosexuals there having lunch.
Old houses make the weirdest noises. I should get that checked out.
Of law. That's Marbury versus Madison.
So that's
I'm
every
asserting
single
my
state,
rights.
right?
Any single law that violates the rights of the people is automatically null and void of law. That's Marbury versus Madison. Maybe you don't understand Supreme Court case law precedents.
No, I guess I didn't go to
So
law.
you have to have a compelling state interest for me to violate my rights. That's
He's not violating your rights. Tea with Goblins, thanks for gifting a sub. Are you ready to duel?
American jurisprudence on constitutional acts. I have no obligation to obey an unconstitutional act. This is unconstitutional. You have Article 1, Section 1 of the New York State Constitution states quite clearly I can't be deprived of any of my rights. I am asserting my rights, so if you're going to attack me, I'm
I'm cold.
Hey,
I'm
Pam,
ultimately,
Stan.
okay, because I've already been pulled out of my vehicle and falsely arrested.
That's true. I do want to get Cat's Laugh on there. I think I recorded it already. I just got to actually put it on the board. I have to reorganize it. Like, the board is good and I like it, but I misorganized it in a way that isn't really conducive to getting to the things as quick as I want, because they're on multiple pages.
The ripping and the tearing. The ripping and the tearing.
But it becomes difficult to get back to the previous page, so I have to reorganize these. And once I do, I'll get Cat and some of the other stuff I already have ready on here. I just have to organize it. That's a fun one, the glass smash. I think Somebody's Hurt's my favorite one.
And everything else, and I would want...
Why would that have happened?
Because they didn't want to listen in the same context that you don't want to listen. And guess what? No, I'm telling you what my rights are. You're trying to violate the law. And again, that's void ab initio.
Okay.
So anything court order, you can't have a judge sign anything.
24 to 28. Might want to come down.
You can have them come down here. I'm going to give you my license ultimately. You're putting me under duress, and I'll do that.
Okay. Well, then
But at the same time, I'm asserting the very principle.
How about you give me your
No, I will do that as soon as... No.
Womp womp, 5 cents.
Nope. I didn't...
I like the hand thing he does when he does it too. Reminds me of a thing I used to do when I was in kindergarten. I used to do this, and they made me stop. I'd just do this all the time. I'd get really excited, and I'd shake my hands, and they'd be like, "Stop it! You need to stop!" And they made me stop. It was a religious school. They were very upset with me for doing that for some reason.
You're trying to overtalk me.
No,
You're controlling the stop, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
I'm the one that initiated.
So, sir, could you put him under arrest for violating Penal Code 45.05?
You're just prolonging this.
So
Making it more difficult.
you're making it more difficult because you don't want to listen. I have supreme sovereignty.
I want to point out, to this day, it feels pretty good. I don't know about other people, but this shit hits the fucking spot. Take this, Conservative Baptist Elementary School. Not only am I flapping my hands, I'm doing it on the internet for all to see while wearing women's clothing. I don't think I could get any better at making those people fuck off. Well, I need to be careful. This is gonna get addicting. Ooh. Okay, anyway.
That's Article 2, Section 2 of the New York State Civil Rights Code. Supreme sovereignty in the people. No authority under any pretense whatsoever can be exercised over the citizens of the state without, paraphrasing the last part, consent of the people. So without my consent, and you don't have any implied consent, you don't have the authority. You're coercing me. That's Penal Code 135.60 and then 135.65 to give up my rights under the pretense that you have the authority. You're in violation of the Fourth Amendment as well. Right? I'm not securing my persons and my property. Article 1, Section 1 of the New York State Constitution says quite clearly I can't be deprived of any...
It's called stimming, and it's an autism thing. It was a Baptist school. We didn't... we didn't get diagnoses. We got yelled at.
...my rights without a jury of my peers. Right? Then you have Article 1, Section 3 of the New York State Constitution when it comes to religious freedom that can't be discriminated against. You're discriminating against me.
Why is that?
Because you're attacking me on my religious principles.
Well, I didn't know who
Had
you were
nothing
when I
to-
said-
Well, it doesn't make a difference. I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to make unlawful commands against me. Trying to force me to do things against my will, which is, again, that's unlawful detention. But, well, you're not enforcing law if you're busy breaking the law. You understand that concept? It's,
He's not breaking the law, psycho.
Are you familiar with New York State?
are you familiar with the constitutions of the United States of America?
No, he's never heard of it, actually. Can you recite the entirety of it here at the traffic stop? That would be a good use of our time.
Are you aware? Yeah, but again, you're in violation of a multitude of laws. Again, I'm documenting it. Or do you just want to keep reiterating? Because you're making it more difficult. So I'm giving you a chance to do your job. Right? I'm not going to do... At the moment, I'm not going to get out of the car because I'm filming this. And I'm not done telling you everything I'm going to tell you. All right, so let me finish what I'm saying. I got to
that water.
All right. So then you have Article 15, Section 290 of the Executive Code, written by the legislature, that says it's police power to protect the rights of the people for the public health, safety, welfare, and order. You have no victim. And again, I have a Brady motion. I can show you videos if you wanted me to where I'm going to win the court case and I'm going to fire the judge. I'm having him recused for the exact same principle. So you can't hide behind the judge because I can fire them. Right?
You can't fire a judge just because. There are states where there are perfunctory strikes of judges, which I found out through the Cameron stuff, because I was wondering, Cameron gets a decent amount of judges recused, and I was like, that's surprising to me, I wonder why. And I looked into this. Some states basically allow you to recuse one judge, at minimum, just cuz. So that's like what Cameron does. Guys like this do. Depending on the state, sometimes you can basically just file one piece of paperwork and you get a new judge. It's not a big deal. It's not going to help your case. It literally is just something to do to make it sound like you're effective in court, at least for these people.
That's David O'Connor out of Village of Corfu, New York, right? Because that's a motion to recuse, because if you put bias on the record, which he did, that's grounds for his fire me. So that, again, that's 195.00, your official misconduct grounds for impeachment. That's you're depriving me of my benefits for your own benefit.
Right.
That applies to the judge
This is
too.
your last chance to give us your license and registration.
Yes, California is the main one that I was able to find, but there's more than just California, but that is the state that I know for sure has perfunctory strikes of judges.
So I don't have
perfunctory recusal, rather. Strikes are for jury.
Registration because
during voir dire.
And it's a rental vehicle.
Okay.
But again, I'm asserting all of the principles.
The
It might be in the glove box. But give me a moment, because again, if you keep interrupting me, it's only going to prolong it. Because you're putting me under duress, which is...
I'm going to arrest you for obstruction.
You're obstructing Justin. That's 195.
You're obstructing Justin! Aww. Poor Justin. I hope he's okay.
5.00, right? You're obstructing your own justice.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I'll come out of the vehicle and I'll give you my license.
Okay. All right.
And what have you.
Why don't you stay in the vehicle, give me your license.
You wanted to do a Terry stop and you want to force me out. I'm giving you my license.
All right, turn around, face the vehicle, man. Face the vehicle, man. Hey. Face the vehicle.
I'm giving you my license.
You're not giving anything right now. You're going in cuffs right now, okay? Show the cops you're going on the ground. Here, hold on.
I am not resisting. I'm giving you my license. Dude, seriously.
You should have done this from the start.
I did. I reported.
Stop resisting. Stop fighting now.
I'm not fighting.
Stop resisting.
I am not resisting.
Give us your hand.
Oh my God, seriously.
Cops scream a lot like they're the final girl in a horror movie. Give us your hands!
Please. Yeah.
I get the guy's a douchebag, but I don't think he's a threat to you, sir. It's fine.
I told you, you're obstructing justice. 195.05 yourself. This is kidnapping right now, which is Title 18, Section 1201. Get the FBI. Call the 911.
Ooh, call the 911. That's a pretty good soundboard clip. One sec, let me record that. Call the 911.
Get the FBI. Call the 911. I am not obstructing because I told you directly.
Get the FBI. Call the 911. Rick M., what do you want me to look up in Black's Law Dictionary? Page 45, definition 4. Okay. That's an interesting one. Actrix, A-C-T-R-I-X, archaic, a female plaintiff. That's interesting. got arrested. Surprise. I do wonder if we're going to see him again soon, because, I don't know, seems like he'd get pulled over more considering how into this stuff he is, and he's got some other videos on here which we'll take a look at some point in the future, but I will have to vet those, so. Moving on, let's see what's next. Oh boy, it's time for Cataspinda's show, yay! Oh, and look, it's the part where she implies she wants her political enemies hung. Hanged? Hanged.
Hello, good men, women, sons, and daughters. This is Cataspinda with One New Earth, and welcome to my live restream show. I'm popping up on a Tuesday. Not normally do I do that. My schedule's been a little bit jumbled up, and there's a lot going on. And let me tell you what.
Sorry that was so loud, by the way.
We, the people, are standing up, and we're doing it peacefully. You know, we are peaceful people, are we not?
Are we not peaceful people? Kat, we just saw your intro where you're implying you want people you don't like to be hanged by the neck until they're dead. No, you're not peaceful. What the fuck is wrong with you, you psycho old crone? What is wrong with you? Has anyone seen Weapons? Kat kind of reminds me of a particular character from Weapons, and if you've seen the entirety of Weapons, you know which character I'm talking about.
What's best for the people of our world, the children, the animals. You know, there's a system.
Yes, the antagonist.
That has been put into place without our consent. And many people didn't realize that we were funneled into this Babylonian system that's been around for 6,000 years plus.
Homoerotic Race Car says, nothing's better than a Hannah stream right after work while eating a burrito. I hope the burrito's good. So the Babylonian thing, I know this is going to sound weird. It's anti-Semitic. So when they say Babylonian banking, they're basically trying to do the JQ. The modern state of the JQ, for those that don't know, includes a mythology that says that Babylon, the, like, cradle of civilization, secretly was controlled by elite bankers doing usury, and that these people led to the downfall of Babylon, but ended up spreading everywhere in the world, and that they eventually wound up in, what do they call it? They eventually wound up being a group that they called the Khazars, who they often refer to as the Khazarian Mafia. And then that group of people went on to become what they considered the modern-day Jewish population. It's all a bunch of, like, pseudo-historical bullshit to try and justify their anti-Semitism. That's all you need to know. I'm just trying to point out, because it's important when it comes up to call it out when it does come up, especially when it is so veiled and so hidden in dog whistles and in-group mythology. This is anti-Semitism. When she says Babylonian banking, she means Jews. She is directly calling out people that are Jewish and saying she thinks they are the problem. It's sick, it's disgusting, and there's a reason they're hiding it behind so many layers of bullshit, because in polite society, everyone is aware how destructive this Nazi shit is. Bittergrin with 100 bits says, but Babylon conquered Judea and led to the whole Babylonian exile. That's insane. It doesn't matter. It's not about real history. It's not about reality. It is about a narrative that they can use to have power over other people.
It's never really gone away. They just keep resetting us.
Troy says, Hannah, just needed you to know that at a work meeting earlier today, someone used the word aspect and I had a Cameron-related flashback. You're welcome.
Over and over and over again, putting us on this fiat system. until and then offering another solution in the end. But now we, the people, are waking up and we see what they're doing. They made us into debt slaves. This is not what we bargained for. This is not the earth that God created for his people. And so we, the people, are starting to see and realize with our real eyes what's going on in the world. And we have to start standing up. And we have a lot of people that are standing in the truth, that have known the truth. I've been sharing this for the last 4 or 5 years, but there are people who've
Trey says, do you think you're ever going to make a series of short videos explaining different conspiratorial dog whistles and what they mean? That's a good idea, but I don't know if that would interest me. I think you should do that. Trey, and everyone in chat, agree with me on this because I'm right. Trey, you need to make content. You have so many good ideas, and you send them to me, and they're great ideas, and you're very articulate. And I think you should also make content, because I can't do this alone. There are so many crazy people out there, and so few people trying to talk about it and get good information out there. And I think you would be very good at it. I've said this to you in private, and I'll say it here publicly to embarrass you. You are good at this, and you should make content, because we need more allies in this space. So you should definitely do that. I think that would be great. I would watch it and promote it. Do it. Stone Corbell with 50 bits says, this reminds me of yesterday. I was listening to Evangelical Talk Radio. Don't ask, I'm a masochist. Look at what I do. Come on. And one of the hosts said that the ancient Israelites fell to invaders because their priests went woke. Of course they said that.
known about this for decades. And so that's why I'm bringing on Kimberly today. I'm really excited to introduce you to Kimberly because she's in Michigan with the state assembly. She is a resilient woman living.
I'm sorry, this woman is a Michigan state please make it stop.
Really excited to introduce you to Kimberly because she's in Michigan with the state assembly.
In Michigan with the state assembly. Is she in the state assembly? That's kind of a weird way of framing it. What are you talking about?
Is a resilient woman living in Michigan, self-declared American State National, and has been locked in an over 2-decade stand.
Could Trey get started being your co-host? I don't need a co-host. I've done the co-host thing. I don't like it. I like flying solo, to be honest. Certainly I could have Trey on to do a guest thing at some point, but I think Trey should do his own thing because he is good at this, and he absolutely has stuff to say about it.
And the truth against.
Hell yes, Trey. Hell yes.
Against government overreach.
If you need help with, like, the finer points of, like, filming and, like, editing and stuff, I would be happy to help you. I will be there to answer questions. Because, like, I think you'd be very good at it.
And township harassment aimed at seizing her private property through fraudulent mechanisms in a corrupted judicial system. And so that's my little bio there that I wrote up. And, people need to realize that the system that we are in, it's all been done by design. The school system, the hospitals, the medical practice that practices on you, the sheep. We have to wake up to what's happening in the background. And what I love about Kimberly is how she's been standing up and in a peaceful way. And I believe you're going to just love her story. And I'm going to go ahead and bring her on here. So let me do that here. Oh, let me get you on. There we go. Kimberly, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good evening to you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to have a talk this evening. It's lovely to be.
I'm looking up this woman, by the way.
Be with you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. And you and I have been kind of going back and forth on and on over the last few years.
Lady Ann. Sorry, started the music. Lady Ann with a 10-stream streak says, if I had a nickel for every time the co-host of a long-running review series came out as a trans woman, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. Ah, why does it keep doing this one instead of that one? Sorry.
Starting with the abatement paperwork and what we were doing back then, giving notice to these people who really have no authority or jurisdiction over us. And you've been battling this for a while, so you're quite knowledgeable. So I'm very excited to have you on my show. Why don't you tell us who you are, how you woke up, and what in the world?
I see. When they say Michigan Assembly, they mean a fake thing. Okay, that makes so much more sense. I do want to save this, though, because that seems interesting. So you could call, like, the Michigan State Congress, our Senate or whatever, an assembly, but when they say Michigan State Assembly, they mean a sovereign citizen bullshit fake pseudo-government that this lady is part of, so it's not an official thing. That's good. Just a peach with $1 tip says, I can't wait to see Trey's work. Me too. He's a talented guy and very smart, so. Fennikagami says, I have to be honest, my brother acts so much like these conspiracy theorists and sovsits. One of his behaviors I mentioned earlier is he can't handle pushback at all. Anytime I try to give nuance or explanation that he's wrong, it inevitably turns into him shouting at me that I'm not listening to him. It's very much a disagreement means you aren't listening thing. Sounds like he's overly emotional and needs to stop being so hysterical. Say those exact words to him. I dare you.
Is going on with your properties, and how can we help you? Because we know it's all about we know there's all these criminals out there doing this, but what are the solutions? So we're going to have a lot to talk about. I know it's a loaded question, but we'll just kind of go with it organically because I know we have a lot to share. But please let us know who you are to start.
Lovely. My name's Kimberly Meyer. I come from the family Watling. I was actually born in upstate New York, so I'm a New Yorker by national.
Get out of Michigan, you fucking New Yorker! That was a terrible voice. Hold on, let me look up her channel real quick. The Michigan Assembly. Because I want to make sure I save this. There it is. Perfect.
Nationality. I domicile here on Michigan and have been here
on Michigan. It's language that they use to try and say they're not in Michigan, because that to them would be admitting the jurisdiction and submitting themselves to the jurisdiction thereof. They think by saying I'm on Michigan as in the landmass instead of like within the state, the entity of the state that we all collectively agree is Michigan. They think that they can somehow be outside of the law. None of that's true. It's not how anything works, but they think words are magic, so.
Really, since I was 9 years old, it's been a family base. So,
oh no! Wait, what did he do? Jordan Peterson says there are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see. Oh yeah, that's that's drug ass behavior right there. Oh, I'm so glad I was right about Jordan Peterson.
Michigan is definitely an adopted home for me, and I love Michigan. So I have lived and had businesses and so forth here on my land, and well, I have been fighting my townships and now my county pretty hard now for about 20 years.
Would I be surprised to learn he didn't handle the Man v. Bear discourse well? I'm shocked.
Property, 11 years on another property, and now 3 years for this other, my most recent property. Basically, what's happened is I have been a woman who's been awake to a lot of things.
I thought woke was bad.
But I have to say that how everything was going on, I didn't really comprehend until much more recently. And so it really is a bit of a frustrating process when you are, excuse me, I'm trying to fix lights here. I realized I was overshadowed or over bright there. So forgive me. But basically, the first property I have been fighting a particular township, Holland Charter Township, in fact. I have dealt with them basically trying to take my land over as a park. So I've been fighting that now for 20 years, and
they've been trying to get your property for 20 years for a park? probably built the park at this point, right? Are you just like a house that's way too close to a park?
Literally just keep coming and keep coming. They've devalued my property by 24%. Only one in miles around didn't know why it happened. Said, you're not trying to steal my property. Oh, no, no. And then go get planning. And they come in and say just the opposite. Oh, yes, we are trying to. And they won't eminent domain me. Lots of just egregious things and treatment, just treated so badly as far as, even trying to speak with these folks, so spoken down to and the like. It's really just egregious. New property, basically dwellings that are adjacent to each other. And these properties had actually been put into a trust situation as a death wish of my father. And so the folks that got put in charge of this basically did not do their job and trust and allowed me to be trafficked as the beneficiary. So things started getting messed up at the township. And so at that point, they've just been changing the property ownership back and forth just willy-nilly. And I, as a beneficiary of trust, am not allowed to actually facilitate anything with the trust. It has to be done by the trustees. So I had to recently commandeer that because it was basically being run not well, and I was being put in harm. So last year I basically reclaimed all of my properties, all three simultaneously, and quit claim deeded them to myself as my living woman and out of trusts, out of LLC.
Wait, you quit claimed your deed to yourself? I assume she thinks she's doing it between some sort of like straw man, sovereign citizen entity and the flesh and blood woman. Otherwise, how would you be transferring property from yourself to yourself? That doesn't make any sense.
Sees out of everything that has been dissolved for fraud and basically now identified, trafficked into these things where they were not.
I guess it could be some sort of like Shell LLC thing. I don't know. Bittergrin says, I find it hard to have sympathy for someone with 3 properties. Yeah, don't really feel bad.
Restrictions I originally wanted, but those were the only options that we were given, so not full disclosure on those types of things. Here nor there, moving all of this forward, I did this quit claim deed, and I did it in an execution of also removing it from the jurisdiction of commerce, so bringing it back firmly onto the land and soil. So we created a new form to do that in a quit claim, based it off of everything lawful, and had a notary public and a recording secretary there, had 7 signatures on these things, sealed up, raised seals, all of it.
You can put 10,000 signatures on it. It doesn't matter if it's not legal, or it doesn't matter if it's like a thing you made up or misinterpreted.
All the proper forms in property transfer affidavits and everything, letting everyone know, but they won't change the record. So I also have in all of this actually.
So presumably what you were doing was either illegal or at least not the lawful way of transferring property, but you decided that you thought if you had enough signatures it would work?
Claimed my land under land patent. I started that back 2 years ago in 2023, staked my property and put my claim up and have had no objections. So I have actually gone through the entirety of that process. I have it recorded on the county here, as is per law I'm allowed to do. And I have a full chain of title, basically with raised seals and all of the other things, but they will not acknowledge me. So at this point where we've moved to is as of March of this year, they
ad placement.
They have moved in on me to
Sorry, I'm having trouble breathing. My nose is so congested. It's so dry. It's like my nostrils just seal right up.
Basically seize my properties, all 3 simultaneously. They're all paid for outright, so there's no.
Just a Peach with a $1 tip says, sounds like it's not her land, but in a trust her dad made, and the town is lowering the value because of the park being there, and that's all she's bitching about, basically? That sounds silly.
No debt on them other than the property taxes that they want.
I do find it interesting that a park would lower the property value instead of raising it. I'd like to live near a park, but I don't know.
Let's put a little more on this.
By the way, we are about halfway through the stream, so I'll do my little calls to action. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, like the stream, hit the thumbs up. It just takes a second. We're also close to our tip goal for our costume months. So if you want to help that out, make sure you use the tip link. And other than that, you can use membership subs or bits. Cool.
Property taxes at this point were not paid because they turned my water off 667 days ago. So,
Okay, so you're not paying property taxes. That'll do it.
I have no water to this property because I refused a smart meter.
Oh, well, it's illegal to stay there then. Like, I'm pretty sure in Michigan, if you don't have running water, you're not allowed to live in a place. Like, it's not considered suitable for human, habitation. So I don't think she's living there legally.
Now, I gave them the law in Congress. I gave them the medical concerns from 1970 from the Navy. I gave them the security levels of national security that these devices breach, and they still turned my water off. So why would I be paying people taxes if you have denied me the right to life and taking my water?
100%.
So there are so many things that are just so egregious about all of this. Last Friday, I went up and you and I had spoken last week, and I was told you what I was going to be doing. I'm sorry, excuse me, last week, and I told you what I was going to be doing and going to the meeting. I have found that on Michigan, we have in our counties a group called the Ottawa County Land Bank Authority. Land Bank and Authority.
Wow.
I don't know what she thinks those words have significance to vis-a-vis her situation, but okay. Pearl Lope with a $5 tip says, my 16-year-old daughter got on the estradiol patch today, wanted to share the great news. Hell yeah, that's great. That's really, really good. I switched to injectables recently, and boy, they work a lot better than the pills I used to be on. So yeah, injectables. I've not heard about like the testimonies about the patch. I hope those work great. But yeah, the injections work better than the pills. I think I've heard the patch does work better than the pills too, so that's good. Hell yeah. I'm gonna run and use the bathroom real quick. While I'm gone, Chair will tell you about RoboCop 2. I want to watch RoboCop 2. Why won't this work? Give me a sec. There we go. Be right back. You forget the plot to that one? Don't worry about it. They reprogram RoboCop to be more friendly, and it's quite funny. And meanwhile, they're trying to create a RoboCop 2, and then there's the nuke drug, and there's like they do make RoboCop 2, but then he's evil. It's a whole thing. Yeah, Frank Miller wrote the script, didn't he? Good shit. Anyway, be right back. Okie dokie. Sorry about that.
Okay,
Wow.
so yeah, that's fun, and
Hmm.
that's headed up by the treasurer, and it has all of the agents of the different localities in the area. So I figure I'm going to go along to this, and so I did. And at the end, I moved to the speaking. Public section, and basically was at that point asking them why indeed they were trying to steal my land, to which they wanted a private meeting immediately. And I said, no,
They're not trying to steal your land. You're not paying property taxes on it. And if you don't pay your property taxes, yeah, they're going to take your land. It's the law. Pay your taxes. Jesus Christ.
well, I think this is the best place because everyone will be able to hear it, and the public needs to know this. Well, the meeting got closed down very quickly, and they basically
That tends to happen when crazy people show up to the meetings.
said they would see me. I could make an appointment with them. So we waited for everybody and eventually made our way down to the treasurer's office and went to meet with them and was met with nothing but hostility, basically challenging who I was, what authority I was, that I haven't gotten, proper credentialing for being a state national, which of course is ridiculous. I'm completely and perfectly papered up with regard to that process.
No, you're not, because you're not a state national. You're a United States citizen. You were born here. You said you were from New York, so you're a citizen. You're not a national. You don't have the proper paperwork. I don't care what you got off the internet.
My path is has taken me in ways to try to fix this problem. This is a problem that's happening to not just me, to everybody. And I have 3 lands that can set a precedent at this point. I've claimed them lawfully. I let them know at the table.
No, you claimed them via pseudo-legal nonsense, meaning you didn't claim them, so it's a waste of time. That's why. It doesn't hold any legal weight.
I claimed them and that they needed to cease and desist. And they basically don't think that that's at all the case. So, and I went down and we started to do this and, discuss, and that they were, where do they get their sovereign delegation of authority to actually do this? And, we went all through and how the government got created, and they told me the story of how this happened. And, back when it all just kind of got put together, the government got put together. Well, yes, but by who? The people.
By many, many people?
Yeah.
What is the point she thinks she's making here? But it was made by the people. I'm a people. If I'm a people and we the people made the government, that means no one can ever do anything I don't like, right? Like, that's the argument she's making. It's completely specious. It's like nonsense. Like, if we the people made the government and I decide that I the person am we the people, then you have to do whatever I want. It's fundamentally a strange, selfish, narcissistic view of the world.
The people, us. And if you read our Constitution on Michigan,
it's kind of impressive that the United States was effectively founded on a supreme collective action, right? The Revolutionary War was supremely a collective action, and yet it resulted in one of the most individualistic cultures on the planet, and it's just wheeled completely out of control. Really bizarre stuff.
Michigan, Article 1, Section 1 of the original Constitution of 1837, the power is inherent in the people, and that doesn't change. They denied that they're a corporation. I said we could show you your DNB numbers, and they said DNB is a ridiculous resource. It doesn't exist. And if this was the case, that the state of Michigan was a corporation, to which I said, yes, I have those DNB numbers as well, to which they then said, well, the United States of America would have.
Someone having, or rather, a government having a number on Dunning and Bradstreet doesn't make them a private corporation. States also engage in taxable behavior and also engage on the opposite side of taxable transactions on both sides, given the circumstances, to be honest. So yes, they're gonna have a number. They're gonna have numbers, guys. I've seen this so many times where a sovereign citizen has been like, ooh, they have an EIN number. That means they're a private business. And it's like, do you think only private businesses have employees? Like, the government has employees. Like, what are you talking about?
Have to be a corporation, to which I said, It is, and
It is.
that one's registered in London, and so we actually on the Michigan Assembly brought that out. I'm almost certain it was the 4th of February on our GA business meeting, so people could go and see that citation of reference and see the paperwork actually that is in London for that registration. So we're dealing with folks that unfortunately either don't realize that they are in this situation or they're completely complicit in the fact that these are corporations that are usurping upon us. These are not our government. Our government is we the people. And that's where we on the assemblies, on the Michigan Assembly and all 50 assemblies, and actually throughout the Earth realm, we have assemblies.
Oh God, she's a flat earther. Oh God, she's a flat earther. When you hear people say Earth realm, when they use realm in that way, they're a flat earther. They don't want to say around the globe, around the world. So they use the word realm. They use the word Earth realm like they're in a Mortal Kombat game.
Growing and popping up everywhere, and these are the people's governments, and these are where we will be able to come back to our seats in government and actually start to work with our subcontractors in the federal government. And basically under our constitutions, people may not realize the Constitution is a contract. That's what we the people wrote as our employee manuals for our subcontractors to be able.
No, that was actually a bunch of rich guys who were in a room together making rules. Like, I don't know if you know this. Like, everyone in the country didn't come together and write the Constitution. It was a very select group of people who did it and then signed it, and then it was ratified by a very specific set of people in the states. I don't know why these people... Do they think that, like, it went up for a national vote? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
To provide us the services that we're owed.
Correct.
And so this is where,
even if it did, do you know who couldn't vote at the time? Most people.
You know, they are either covering everything up and they know or they don't. And so with the work that we're working on and trying to peacefully, come in and say, guys, we know that there's good men among you and good women among you that are wanting to do a good job. They're wanting to serve their communities. That's why they took jobs like this. They wanted to be a part of their community and help, but they don't realize that they're actually committing crimes against us. And, I was even saying, they actually at the time, I was saying, I'm very concerned that you don't know this. I'd like to give you the opportunity to learn it so you don't miss stuff and no harm.
I'd like to give you the opportunity to learn that all of this stuff is nonsense so you stop embarrassing yourself incredibly publicly all over the internet. Would you like to take that opportunity? Or is that incredibly condescending way to talk to someone? Oh.
Harm would come to you. They went into a full, you threatened me, I didn't threaten you, I'm concerned, I'm telling you. I said, I'm a minister. And they laughed and said, oh, my husband's a minister, he got that online. I was like, well, I have a college degree that was comparative study of religions and philosophy. I take this fairly seriously.
Cool. That's awesome. What do you think that has to do with anything we're talking about here?
And though I actually did get an online ministry thing, it was because...
My thing's very different, except it's the exact same thing, and I took some college classes on religion too, like a lot of people do, but my online minister degree is better than yours because I'm me and I hate you.
Because I was being perpetrated on by another government, and it was the only way to protect myself. Either way, I'm still a minister. I still love people, and I still care for them. And to be laughed at in that moment of just, a sacred declaration, wow. And then to have them threaten to call the police on me and so forth. So I told them I'd leave. It's fine. Well, they won't sit and talk with me. They basically say at this point they'll talk with me next at the court hearing in February in front of a judge. And I was like, you really will not talk to me about this. I'm trying to discuss with you and figure out how we get this over with, because there's a lot of things that are wrong here. They're contrary to law. We need to discuss this. And so no, I have to go and into a court according to her, which It's not my jurisdiction. I'm trying to tell them, as an American state national, we've moved back and we've reconveyed ourselves onto land and soil. When we got trafficked by our birth certificates, they trafficked us into a different jurisdiction, which made
No, they didn't. None of that's real. Please seek help. Please seek a psychiatrist. Please stop. Please stop. Why do you do this to yourself? Why do you sit here and dig yourself into a deeper and deeper hole, further and further away from the reality the rest of us live in? Why? Is it a cocoon? Does it feel comforting? What are you doing to yourself? Why? This is basically self-harm.
Made us subject to that. You have to
Right.
undo that. If you don't undo that, they still presume you to be that, and then you're subject.
Because there's only one jurisdiction in this case. There isn't some special secret jurisdiction. You are under the jurisdiction of the place you are in. In this particular case, it's the United States jurisdiction in Michigan. Michigan state law applies to you. Federal law applies to you. Local law applies to you. There's no opt-out. There is zero opting out. None. There is no secret code. There's no up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Zero. You are a human being. You are responsible for yourself. You are accountable to other human beings. Human beings organize society into different levels, right? We have local governments, we have state governments, we have federal governments. These are all people, groups of people organized that will hold you to account for your action or lack thereof. That is why you are losing your house. And can I just also say, the irony of this woman talking about not wanting to lose her property to the state and how she's fighting this is talking to Kat Mother Flippin' Aspinda, a sovereign citizen most famous for losing her house to the government for refusing to pay her mortgage because she doesn't understand any of this stuff. Like, does she understand you're gonna end up like Kat? You're gonna lose all of your property and you'll just be homeless, and that's it. And no one's gonna be there for you. What are you gonna do? You gonna go on an online show and cry about it? It's not gonna be good. You are ruining your life.
To those laws. And
So,
so this
Kimberly, let me ask you something. You don't have water right now. Is that you? In the middle of that, you were talking about how you don't have water.
Out of breath again. Just fucking hell. It's so hard to breathe.
Tell us about that part of it. How many days? Let's just kind of get into that, because this is where we have corporations, creatures of the mind, dead legal entities harming people, and the only function of our government is to secure our rights. That's the only function of the government. Other than that,
Baja, could you bring me the Vicks Vapor Rub?
What you are talking
or the off-brand Vicks Vapor Rub
about is full-blown anti-constitution. It's full-on treason.
Absolutely. I've actually, well,
This
yes,
is ridiculous.
I've actually taken this to Congressman Bill Huizenga, and he actually, after all of this, we've been friends. I mean, this is a man that I've taken care of his family professionally in business before, so I was really pretty outraged that this was happening. I was demanding a meeting with President Trump.
Of course you were demanding a meeting with President Trump. Also, very telling that she thinks that doing business with someone in government, it somehow makes it galling that anything is happening to her. How blatantly corrupt could you be to act offended that there wasn't a quid pro quo going on to protect you? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Ah, vaporizing chest rub. Oh, yeah. Woo! That's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. I needed that. Oh, that's better. Thank God. Let's hold on. Let me we'll get a goopa. A little goopa. Goopa that, right? Right? We're gonna rub it. But Hannah, you're not supposed to put it under your nose. What are you? The police? Fennikagami with 40 bits says, I gotta be honest, I'm so pissed off that this idea that it's so enviable to not have to pay taxes and bills that destroying our own citizenship is a good idea. The number of immigrants who beg for citizenship. Elon Musk is an African-American immigrant. If there was any benefit to not being a citizen, he of all people wouldn't be one. The disease of individualism needs to die. At least toxic individualism. There's always this balance that needs to be struck between individualism and collectivism, but we have gone so far in the direction of individualism in the United States that it's not even funny. It's genuinely frightening, and I think it's having a deleterious effect not only on society, but upon the individuals within the society. It's really bad. It's so bad. And we're so accustomed to it that we don't even, I would argue most people in the United States don't even know that it's a problem. They don't understand that there's another way. They don't understand that this is not like the typical state of human beings for most of human history. They think this is just natural.
He said he took it to Trump, and Trump basically said that this was a local issue, to which my response was, that's great. It should be, but you're usurping jurisdiction and you ran a military court on me. You didn't enter one thing into the record. And I've taken it to the Supreme Court. I've taken it everywhere, and pretty much.
Also, I should point out the sniffing thing I did with the Vicks Vapor Rub is not intended use. Don't do this at home. Don't sue me.
Nobody will look at it. I've attempted to report crime to the sheriff. He won't see me.
Why would you need to report it directly to the sheriff? You could just call. Like, why do you need to see him? Fennikagami says, fun fact, forensic scientists rub vapor rub under their nose to block out disgusting smells. Ooh.
Even the other day, they came, they took a report from the treasurer's office. I was sitting there waiting for the oaths of office to be produced by the clerk's office across the way, and they glare at me and then walk right away. Won't even talk to me.
Yeah.
You didn't even take my side of anything. What are you doing? What's going on here? So,
well, how many oaths of office have you collected in your area?
I've not read Dawn of Everything, no.
Quite a few.
And does it say on there the whole thing about, they'll uphold the Constitution, protect us from enemies, both foreign and domestic? Because it doesn't say that in our oath of office for Washington State. The one that they take here, it's a boilerplate. You could look it up. Washington, State of Washington Constitution, oath of office. It's a PDF, and it's the same one that like our sheriff.
Ad placement.
Here took, all the deputies take, everybody takes, and it doesn't say on there that they will protect we the people from enemies, both foreign and domestic, and to uphold the Constitution. It says they will support the Constitution, but not if it goes against their codes, because it says right on there they will follow their positions and their codes and the county. Yeah. It's right on their oath. That's not the oath of office according to the Constitution. It's totally bogus.
I think each state
I don't understand it, therefore it's bogus.
has their own variations
They
and
do.
language and language that they've adopted to actually bring in.
Yes.
Remember with that though that this is the language that was put together by the people at one point. They now have been taking care of their constitutions and writing their own rules, which is a little off color. So hopefully we'll in the assemblies be able to start to help to get those put back into an order that's respectable to the people.
Yeah.
But yes, they are not taking oaths to us at all, and that's what the oaths proved, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, oath to you? That's a little telling, isn't it? Oath to me?
Again, I know that there are men and women in here that...
I know she's trying to say, we the people, but that's not really how it's being used, is it? Rhetorically, she's referring to we the people, but in reality, she basically means, I want public officials to have to swear fealty to me and my personal whims.
Actually.
And that's sick.
are innocent. They came to work. They want to do these good things. And that's a matter of where we can hopefully educate them, have them hear us, and just see the evidence. You know, we don't
It's no amyl nitrite, but, you know.
expect you to take our word for it. We've done research.
If you want some... Never mind. I'm not going to say that joke. That's bad.
You know, this is definitely stuff that's backed. So for the egregiousness of not actually honoring, in this case with the land patent work, not honoring the federal land patent, what's going on here? I mean, even their own law says, even our own law in Michigan says that they have to record and honor this. But, you know, this is not something, of course,
Apparently not, because they're not doing it, and I trust them over you, so...
they want to do and let people know because, well, God forbid we should have everybody actually in possession of their own lands as is their right. So unfortunately, all these folks are actually committing acts of inland piracy and barratry and
Ooh, inland piracy. I'm gonna get a big schooner and put a big motor and wheels on it. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be like Mad Max, but land boats.
personage and various, you know, at some points, you know, international terrorism.
Have you guys seen Monty Python's The Meaning of Life?
You know, I mean, they're
It's like that.
basically coming onto property, you know, armed trespass, even, you know, coming through no trespass signs. They can't even tell
Believe me, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know how you
Crossover between Mad Max and Waterworld. Yeah.
still smile.
I think everyone would be happy. The Mad Max people could get some moisture. The Waterworld people could get a break from Kevin Costner's bullshit. Sounds good.
Are so generous with your spirit with all of this. I mean, when you're infracted upon and harmed in such a way, I mean, what you've done, and I mean, that's what inspired me to call you back after seeing that video that you did that proved out the evidence. I'm like, look at what this woman has done for everybody. She's given you, this is how it happens.
Wait,
I mean, we haven't
what do you think Kat has done? All she's done is lose her house.
been able to see
And her car. Chromatic Cuttlefish, what do you want me to look up in Black's Law?
that until you and others brave like yourself have come forward to do that. So thank you very much for showing how that
Barratry?
part of it
Gotcha.
happens. But
You're welcome.
now we've got to get these people to come to, you know, to come to some sort of comprehension that you're moving against people. So you're either doing it with knowing and knowledge, or you're not yet awake yet, and you're about to find out. And you know, if you don't find out more quickly, you're really starting to misstep badly, and you know, you could get slaps for that, like you said, that come with treason charges and come with, you know, high crimes. I mean, taking somebody's right to water away. Are you kidding me?
It's
For not taking the
ridiculous.
smart reader?
I don't know if you know this. The Constitution at no point says you have a right to water. Anyway, barratry. Vexatious incitement or litigation, especially by soliciting potential legal clients, there must typically be a showing that the resulting lawsuit was utterly baseless. Barratry is a crime in most jurisdictions. So, basically, trying to solicit frivolous lawsuits.
Well, when I was in the jail here and talking to a young homeless man, he was actually kicked out of his home by the Benton County Sheriff Office here because his mother died, probably of the vaccination, to be quite honest. It was right during that time.
So probably COVID, or she was just older. Old people pass away, sadly, but that's reality. Immediately she turns it into a conspiracy, though. That's quite telling.
He was living at home. He couldn't pay the mortgage. You know, young 20s, probably something going on mentally with him. You know, he was on drugs.
And that's a tragedy, Kat. I agree that that's a tragedy, but it's not illegal? It's not illegal for them to kick him out for being unable to pay the mortgage. Like, what do you think our system even is? Houses are considered commodities. Like, what do you think we're doing?
But what they were doing is they were just kicking people out, not giving them help, and then rounding the homeless back up and filling our jails. So this is what they do here. So if they don't have all these criminals.
She's a Trump supporter. Again, I'll remind you, confusingly, she is a Trump supporter.
In our jails. They're filled with homeless people who were stolen from. And that's the problem. We have order followers, the police, the so-called law enforcers. that are the order followers that are the ones that are
Like, does she understand that Donald Trump would probably call her a fucking loser for losing her house? Like, Trump is the landlord in his head, and in reality, he's not the guy that would lose his house.
Responsible for every form of slavery in this world. If you could have 1,000 kings, if you had no order followers following their wicked, evil directions, then
I'm really sorry. I got to use the bathroom again. It's actually kind of funny. I stopped after I got my orchiectomy. My old meds made me have consistent urination. What's it called? What's the word I'm thinking of? Makes you pee a lot. Anyway, I got off those after the and yet somehow leftism, which seeks to fix all these problems, is evil and satanic. Yeah. Frequent urination, that's the word. Anyway, while I'm gone, Cher will tell you about the Cher will tell you about the family film classic, The Coffee Table. Is it gonna fall? Hold on. I hope it doesn't fall. Be right back. Kagami says, and yet somehow... Oh, I read that. Sorry.
Then there, it wouldn't be an issue. There would be no slaves.
Yeah.
This is where the people who are serving inside the system who are good, because there are lots of good people in the system, but they're putting their heads down for money and to keep the money flow coming. Because what are they going to do if they leave this public sector job that pays twice as much as this private sector job, and they don't actually have the IQ, quite frankly.
Okay, so she's insulting everyone who works in government while also being incredibly ignorant to the fact that she's ignorant, I guess. Glass houses is what I would say here. Kat? Glass houses.
To get a better job. Because, they're just easily controlled. This is why they hire these people. I don't believe it's one of two things. I think the ones at the top, they know very well what they're doing because there is a system going on.
Freemason gavel?
In the background. And with the system, there's levels to this. And, it's just to
took a photo.
Control us. It's to keep us on the ship so that we never are able to actually be free, because we are born sovereign souls of light. We're born that way. They don't have anything from God or from me giving them permission to rule over my life, to steal my land, to kidnap my children, to kidnap me, to tax us. And matter of fact, a lot of these people, they don't believe in taxes, so they wrote laws so they don't have to pay taxes. Just we.
You don't believe in taxes. What are you talking about? You don't believe in taxes. What? You what?
Do the sheep, you know? So I think there's either people putting their head down, good people, or there's these people who are actually getting paid quite a bit of money from our trusts. By the way, you talk about trafficking, and they're getting a lot of that money to live that Chardonnay life while they're stealing everything from us.
Does Kat understand that that reference is like 40 years old at this point and no one understands what the fuck she's talking about with the Chardonnay lifestyle shit? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous was canceled like 45 years ago.
Yes.
So tell us about your fight.
I only know what she's talking about because I had no life as a child and I was way too into VH1.
Like your experiences, like with some of these people that you've been coming up against. Give us some examples of, like, you know, some of the highlights of, wow, I can't believe this is happening. We need to spotlight people that are doing this because it's wrong, it's evil, it's not from God, and these people do not serve the God that the creator of all things.
No.
For me, it's about just putting it all out there. And so what say you about, like, give us some examples of what's been going on, and we need people to share your story, and you can't have them stealing your land. Period.
No, well, they seem pretty bent on doing so. So I guess we're going to watch what happens. I at this point will not be entertained for having another meeting with the treasurer. So how do you do anything other than, I'm going to have to do everything on paper again. I would like President Trump to respond. I have written letters.
He's not going to, you delusional woman. He does not give a fuck about you, and even if he saw a single one of your goddamn letters, he wouldn't care. He doesn't care. I so desperately want to shake these people and be like, he doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't care. You idiot. Like, it's so frustrating watching people fall for... I don't even saying fall for it feels weird. He's barely trying to trick anyone. Like, he's openly disdainful of everyone who isn't him or aiding him in that exact moment. Like, I don't even know how much I can blame him at this point, you know what I mean? He comes out and he's like, I'm the biggest fucking asshole in the world. And all these people are like, yay, we love him. He loves us. He'll save all of us. And it's like, what are we watching the same guy? Half of America has an imaginary friend, and it's the president. And I don't know what to do with that information. I wish I knew what to do with it, but I don't. So...
I have put things up on the whitehouse.gov. At this point, I have asked for my status and standing to be acknowledged as an American and as a free sovereign woman who has declared her political status and moved herself, reconveyed myself back onto the land and soil. And so I need that acknowledged, not so much that I need his acknowledgement from it, because it will stand regardless. But by his doing that, it would show some cooperation with the fact that he's the head of the corporation. And so if he were to acknowledge that, that would send an echo down to all of the agents underneath him to let them know that we indeed do have a sovereign status.
So they think that the corporation is an evil entity trying to subjugate them, and they think Trump is in charge of that corporation, but they think he's on their side. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I wish I was snorting something other than this right now. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff.
We do have a status that is respectable, very respectable. Actually, it's in a superior jurisdiction. So we are the people. So I'm asking for that status to be acknowledged, not only for me, but all American state nationals and the nationals that declare themselves sovereign.
No, denied, because you're delusional. It's not real, so you don't get that.
Moving them from the capture that's going on, the slave capture that's going on. So number one, that's what I would like.
White lady considers the government existing to be slavery. More at 11.
The second thing is I have 3 full land patents that I've claimed. I have
Land patents aren't a thing in the United States.
got the whole thing, and I would basically like you to acknowledge that as the president of the corporation, Abraham Lincoln gave me 2 of the properties, and James Polk gave me the other. So as the
What?
the president or the current president, maybe it's time that you go ahead and say, yes, indeed, these are something that can be extended.
Does anyone have any sort, like, I'm pretty good at being like the crazy whisperer. Like, I understand a lot of crazy stuff. Does anyone have any theories as to why she just claimed that Abraham Lincoln and another president, Polk, gave her her property? Does anyone have any idea what she might mean by that?
And basically go ahead and let
Is there money with those presidents on it? Lincoln, yes. Polk, no.
the people know here, the people know, and the people know here in my county that this is indeed real. And I have exempted myself.
Ad placement.
I'm no longer under their claim or jurisdiction, and they need to go away and give me the law of peace I'm owed. If I want to
thanks for
contract or do
following.
anything with them, then we'll have a conversation. But it will be at my beck and call to them, not them perpetrating upon me. So some of the things that, have been...
Trey says freedom from slavery means she's free to do whatever the fuck she wants now. That would explain the Lincoln thing could be slavery. What did Polk do? What did Polk do? What did James Polk do? Did he ratify, like, the 13th Amendment or anything? I genuinely don't. I'm trying to figure it out. No, because the 13th Amendment was passed under Lincoln, right? That was part of the movie Lincoln, was him trying to get the votes to pass it, right? So what the fuck did Polk do? Most of the West was added during Polk, so it could be that. Manifest Destiny. Okay.
Very egregious. When I went for oaths of office at Holland Charter Township, they basically redacted them. They crossed out, even though I told them not to, and said that you'll be basically destroying an evidential here. So they said that they would. I said, who am I going? How will I know whose oath this is if you cross the man or woman's name out? Oh, well, we'll just write it back on. So they white taped it out.
What?
They white taped it out, and then they went ahead and they wrote up in the top corner what the man or woman's name was that oath. So
the government's not even supposed to be using correction tape or whiteout. I was the HUD director for my company for 8 years. I worked with HUD for 20 years, and we did work with the government all the time when I was in property management. You were not allowed. You had to cross it out. You had to initial it.
That might be specifically for the paperwork you were doing. That has nothing to do with the entire government forever. You think no government entity in any context can use whiteout? I don't think that's true.
You had to put the date on you did it.
He reestablished an independent treasury. Is that what she's talking about? I don't know. They are into treasury stuff, so...
There had to be a paper trail.
Yes.
They're breaking their own rules by doing that.
Yes, same thing there. I had earlier in the year, as this was all ramping up, I was trying to get to the sheriff. I've made 2 appointments with him, Sheriff Eric DeBoer here in Ottawa County, and he canceled my meetings. It won't take a meeting with me, and basically told me I had to speak with a deputy. I said, I can't speak with the deputy. I need to speak with the elected man. I need to speak with the elected man because he's got a dual ability to be on land and soil and in their jurisdiction, where a deputy does not. So I need to speak to the land and soil of the constitutional sheriff, for which he denies me to this day. I'm trying to report crime. They asked, "Are you trying to report crime?" I said, "Yes, I believe I have some very serious crimes to report." And they still wouldn't take my meeting. So what do you do with that?
Right.
So I went to the Holland Charter Township Board meeting because in the reclaiming of your property, one of the things that you need to do is you need to remove yourself from the copyrighted address that they overlay on everything. So I had to lose the street name that they put on this property, go back to a rural route number, and rename my property. So I conveyed that. I reconveyed that with the postmaster. They won't do anything. My mail is now obstructed. I've reconveyed it with the county. I've reconveyed it with the townships. I even went to the township meeting and
Yeah, Baja doesn't like ranch either. Also, Baja's a vegan, so even if she did like ranch, it would have to be vegan ranch if they make such a thing. Bittergrin with 100 bits says, "Is land and soil a dog whistle? It sounds toothbrush mustache man-esque." Yes, it is used as a dog whistle. I don't know if they are intending to use it that way, but yes. Land and soil is very close to blood and soil. Fennikagami says, "I've seen a video that the Trump phenomena might be a result of countrywide daddy issues, basically a combination of how our patriarchal culture has trained us, and so many conservatives come from families with abusive dads, has resulted in us all having a mentality where we crave to be led by, quote, strongman father figure, especially in times of chaos and strife." I certainly think the abusive, father thing is something on the right, because my dad is a lot like Trump. Luckily, I'm not one to crave that, and instead recognize Trump as a bad guy, just like my actual dad. Abusive narcissists are bad, actually. Hot take.
Did all of this. They cut my mic and basically kicked me out after 3 minutes. And even after I told them I have high crimes and crimes against humanity to report, where do I report crime? I'm here publicly to report this, and they cut my mic. So, these are things that was May 15 of this year, Holland Charter Township. So you can go see that video if you'd like to. But yeah, it's just when you're trying to do things right, when you're trying to be friendly, when you're trying to
This is you trying to be friendly?
get things set to proper order, and you're being treated so rudely. I mean, this is just a whole new category for me, because I've been somebody that's been involved in my community and do care very much about what's going on. So I've worked with these folks thinking that they were on our side for a long, long time. But now that I have this awareness and try to bring this to them, I'm like, I don't know how to describe. I mean, it's just like I'm a bad smell or something, and they don't want anything to do with me. So it's unfortunate. As far as where I'm going for solutions right now, I've joined my state assembly. This is where we are all working on all 50 states and in other.
Again, the state assembly thing is a group of sovereign citizen people who operate out of the various states. Just a Peach with a tip says, she has a problem with postal updates from the 90s through 2010s at the federal level. Apparently.
Countries around the globe, that we basically are establishing and recalling our American governments back to assembly. And so this is where in this, I am trying to be able to work with the folks in law that are in the other jurisdictions to introduce them to the counterparts in the Michigan Assembly, so we can start to get peaceful relationships to occur. So one of the ways that I'm working with that is with a group called the Peacekeeping Task Force. They basically are at the Peacekeeping, pktfnews.org is the website. You can look them up. But this is where every state is going to be having liaisons, peacekeeping task force liaisons, to be able to hopefully have a warm handshake across the way to actually meet de facto men and women, or men and women that are subcontractors in all of these agencies, and introduce what has gone on. I mean, to help them to comprehend the frauds that's been perpetrated upon all of us. And so this is what we're working to do, is to build these relationships at all levels of government. So I was trying to start with my own home, because obviously I'm having controversies here. I'm trying to get those worked out. And I'd like to see my county come online that basically we're being managed by the people, that our votes are counting and it's not being run over for us. So this is where
Ma'am, your votes are counted. You're just in the minority. The vast majority of people do not agree with you on how things should be run. It's driving me crazy how the biggest blind spot for sovereign citizens, in the sense that it's something I never see them address, I never see them bring it up, I never see them even tacitly act as though this is an issue. And the issue is the vast majority of people simply disagree with them. It's just not a thing that enters their brain, is that most people don't agree with you as to how this should work. Most people think people should need driver's licenses. Most people think, even if they don't like taxes, most people think you should pay your taxes, right? Fundamentally, the issue that they don't even begin to broach is the fact that their positions are wildly unpopular to the vast majority of people, and they just never go there. 0%.
I am hoping that, you know, in the coming times, we're going to actually start to see some more of these relationships being built out. I do believe that we have a lot of men and women that are in these service roles that are these public servants that that are aware of some things going on, but they're trapped as well, and they don't know how to move. They're scared to move. I think that there's an oppression that may happen to them on that side. So, you know, I think that there's a good bunch of men and women in here that will listen and hear. They just don't really quite have the format to do that. So I'm hoping that with the introduction of the assemblies to both men and women, that they can come and correct their political statuses and get home and, you know, and be free again, but also that we can extend that, you know, warm greeting and that handshake to, you know, those folks that are our public servants that need more information, and we'd be happy to provide that for them. So, you know, mymichiganassembly.land is the Michigan Assembly official website. Anyone can reach out there, and I'll do my best, and we'll do our best to help to try and make sense of what has gone on. There's some great information on the homepage and all the various pages on that website, the mymichiganassembly.land, that start to break this down for the frauds that have happened and the various, just all of the different things and ways that we were deceived. Like you said at the opening of your show, these things were done by design, by plan, and this helps to try to break them down so men and women, you know, can sort through some of the things that are nonsense or propagandas that are, you know, put up against us, and that they can learn more about how they can undo what's happened to them. So this is where the story is so glorious, is there is an undoing. You can actually unbind yourself from that birth certificate trap. I know you and I've talked about that a little bit, and there's various ways of doing this. I happen to have chosen.
Oh my god, she has a chart with 666 on it. Ashrin, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much.
The excuse me, I happen to have chosen the path that the Michigan Assembly has put forward. And I did it that way very largely because I also wanted to come in and serve the people's government. And in order to do that, you have to actually have a full separation. So there's different ways that men and women can become sovereign. And it's not that you're becoming, you're undoing. You were sovereign to begin with. You're just undoing what was done to you. So you're reclaiming your life and yourself. But you can do that in a very gentle and easy way that you know, is very quick, or you can do it with bigger paperwork and bigger shields, and that would be just a way to make sure that you don't have any dual citizenship. And at that point, that gives you the eligibility to actually serve in your state assembly, should you like to do that. But
okay, I think we've had enough of her rambling for the day. We can move on to the next thing. Let's do a court hearing, shall we? This has Judge Webster. Oh, I don't think we've heard from her in a while, so let's take a look.
At the jail, what is your name, please?
Mr. Travelby, Jason Travelby Sr.
The sovereign citizen's name is Travelby? Life is pretty cool sometimes.
Thank you. We are
I wonder what his defense is gonna be. He wasn't driving, he was Travelby?
on the record in GW 2023 CR 128, State of Kansas versus Jason Edward Travelby. Jill Gillette, County Attorney for the state, and Jason Travelby in person and pro se. All right, Mr. Travelby, it looks like your attorney has been appointed as Mr. Pate. You have 9 different charges. Your attorney is Mr. Paw, but Mr. Pate filled in back on May 24th. You failed to appear. Your attorney asked for a continuance, but he didn't know, we couldn't tell the court he knew where you were, truthfully, and his request was denied. Bond forfeiture bench warrant was issued with a no bond hold. And finally, you are here this 18th day of November. Why weren't you in court back in May when you were supposed to be, Mr. Travelby?
I've been in Lansing Correctional Facility since that time.
I see. And now you're...
I don't know how you guys didn't know I was in Lansing Correctional Facility. I've been in there the whole time.
You may be the one that the attorney tried to get you here, and Lansing wouldn't let you do it by Zoom.
I actually applied for a 180-day writ while at Lansing when I first got there. I put in for this way back in before February. I put a 180-day writ in there. I have proof on that I put in the 180-day writ. And according to...
Wonder what the Flame Wolf will say. Oh, I'm actually very disappointed. This is, by the way, courtesy of Facts or Frauds, which is the channel that used to edit in a lot of like little jokes and like clips that were kind of annoying. I hate to shit talk other channels, but they've started using like AI in their intros, which I of course skip. And it's just terrible. It's so tacky. Facts or Frauds. Stop it. AI is terrible and it makes you look trashy as fuck. Stop using AI. Stop it. And the wolf thing, incredibly tacky as well. What the fuck is this? What are you doing? Are you a goddamn boomer? What are you doing? Stop it, Facts or Frauds. Do better.
Chapter 2933 of the Uniform Mandatory Disposition of Detainers Act, 2930.
Can you get a sample of the intro? Sure, let's be disappointed together.
This is a message from the Society for the Prevention of Stupidity to Animals. There is a tragedy going on in major city parks all over this country. Our current inner-city drug problems have created a terrifying phenomenon. Crack-addicted squirrels. Yes, innocent, defenseless squirrels are collecting discarded crack vials instead of nuts, and these poor squirrels have become addicted and will do anything for their next fix. It is not a pretty sight. For your donation, you'll get a picture of your squirrel and a letter detailing his or her daily progress. The sight of roving squirrel gangs is pathetic, attacking chipmunks and pigeons with used syringes, little bandanas on their heads. It's frightening, and something must be done. Won't you help? Help a crack-addicted squirrel get the monkey off its back. Remember.
Yeah, that actually used a lot less AI than they've been using lately. They've been using a lot of AI, but I only saw like one AI image in there, though the talking might have been AI. Either way, it's not good. It's not good. I can show you one of the other ones that's more AI-driven if you want to see what I'm talking about. Give me a sec.
This is citation 25RO.
Are you in a lawsuit? Not
This.
only do you need a...
Stuff like this.
Committed a crime? Are you in a lawsuit? Not only do you need a good lawyer, you need a good character witness. That's where we come in handy. Within 10 minutes, we'll be on your side, arguing to the very end. Swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
You get it.
Almost a whole year has gone past since I have put in that writ. So this should be dismissed with prejudice.
So are you wanting to proceed on your own behalf today, or are you wanting an attorney to assist you in your defense?
I'm willing to proceed on my own. I put in a writ at the court. You can call down to Lansing Correctional Facility and ask the unit team, and they will sit there and say that I put in a writ. You can check in your guys' mailbox and check your email and see that I have had my unit team sit there and email you guys and ask you guys about my detainers, and all the detainers have come back that you guys have not answered any of my emails.
Well, I see you wrote a letter October 6th.
Zarek says with 50 bits, that wasn't worth it. Sorry for asking for a sample, everyone. Apology accepted.
Let's see what that was. If you're going to proceed without an attorney, I probably ought to have him sign a waiver. Are you sure you want to do that on a felony? Are you sure you want to waive your right to an attorney? You do have the right to hire an attorney. And if you do not want to hire an
I
attorney,
cannot afford an attorney, so I would like to proceed with an attorney.
would you like
But
to
I
have, would you
did-
like to apply for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, please give me a court-appointed attorney.
All
And
right, hold
so-
up, hold up, hold up. Now, Deputy, do you have a court-appointed attorney application you can provide
Judge,
him?
Judge, Mr. Pate's already appointed to his case.
That's right, he is. You
I'm
already
surprised he even wants an attorney if he's a sovereign citizen.
have an attorney, Mr. Pate. It's Mr. Paul, isn't it? Pate just filled in for him when he,
No, other way around. It's Mr. Pate and Mr. Paul.
oh, Mr. Paul was attorney for Pate. Yes, okay. So Chris Pate is your attorney. Have you talked to your attorney?
I have not talked to my attorney. I've sent him a letter asking him about this, but like I said, I put in for the 180-day writ way back in, I want to say it was February or January, to have this taken off of my record.
Well, a letter is not necessarily a writ.
I talked to my unit team up in Lansing and had my unit team in Lansing contact you guys.
There's nothing in the court file, Your Honor. There was nothing ever sent for a 180-day writ. We got a letter from him.
As Eric says, am I still one of the only people who cover SovSits who isn't a chud? There are some that I would consider maybe neutral, that I have no idea what their opinions are, but yeah, most of them are chuds, unfortunately.
In October, and when it was filed October 6th, it's dated October 1st. It arrived and was filed October 6th. I immediately sent a transport order to bring him to the jail so that his charges could be heard as soon as I got a letter, because I don't play around with writs, and there was never one filed in the court file. There was anything.
But you gave his letter the respect of a writ and had him transported. And I understand that he had to be transported. Is this the one that we
Is
couldn't?
that Irish Demon guy a chud, Blue Bacon? Irish Demon has said a few things that I found to be questionable, but I don't think he's a full-blown chud. Blue Bacon, I don't know how often he covers SovSits these days. He's fine, other than the fact that he's a cop, but, like, he's a military cop, which is very different in terms of the training and the ethos, so I actually like Blue Bacon.
Couldn't do by Zoom because Lansing wouldn't do that.
That is correct, and that was...
Okay.
By the way, I'm very aware I'm like a super lefty. I get that. I'm sure there are people who watch me who are like, she's not, like, neutral, right? I'm very aware. Believe me. I know. I'm very left. I know. I'm sorry if it's obnoxious to anyone.
Yeah, Lansing refused to do his hearing by Zoom when we offered it. And so as soon as I got a letter, I went ahead and treated it the same as a writ, even though it's not, but there was never a writ filed.
And he is still in the custody of the Department of Corrections in Lansing, correct?
He is. He's loaned to us under a transport order.
All right.
And I want to file also for motion for immediate release underneath the underneath the guise of you guys are holding me against the wills without reckless command. I have seizures. I have a traumatic brain injury. I have been seeing a neurologist up there. I've been having strokes.
Is this guy even a sovereign citizen? I swear these days things get labeled sovereign citizens that aren't. I'm gonna skip ahead and see if he even gets into any of the jargon. If not, we're moving on.
up there, and Lansing tried to contact him.
Him know that you're in
I
jail.
have his number.
To be well before then. So contact
20 September 2027 will be the soonest with program
They did say he had an attorney appointed, so it is weird that he's not there.
credits, but March of
Yeah, it doesn't sound like one. It feels like every pro se is getting labeled sovereign citizen these days, and it kind of drives me up a wall. Okay, let's see what's next. Ooh, Lenka. I'll do one more call to action before we get into the last section of the show for the night. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, like the stream. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you want to help support the stream, you can always gift subs or become a subscriber. And finally, we're almost to our costume day goal. If you want to get us there, we're only $58 away, I think. Cool beans. All right, moving on.
And rising, beautiful souls, beautiful family. Hopefully everyone is thriving and breathing all of the blessings and appreciating the challenges that we have on this amazing journey called life. And we are continuing in our The ID Trap series. So I will be waiting for a few moments for people to dial in while I am taking on this beautiful walk, enjoying this beautiful time to be alive. Let me know where you are tuning in from, what you've been up to, how you are standing firm and straight on your God-given unalienable rights secured to you by the Supremacy Clause pursuant to Article 6, Section 2. And remember, this is why all of our public servants have to take an oath of office, which is Article 6, Section 3. So I will be talking about something very, very interesting today. As we continue on this identification journey, hopefully you've watched my previous series. I think we have a couple. If I have it misnumbered, it will be all fixed. I am not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I will never be perfect. I will be perfectly imperfect in my beautiful imperfections. And that's what makes me beautiful and wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? There is so much more to learn and expand on. So, as far as the identification, so our series started from the concept of know thyself, right? So all the scriptures tell us that you got to know who you are. Like the animals, right? We started with the concept of when you go to a forest. This actually came from my son, who is a wonderful thinker and is always asking. And he said, Mom, so when you go to a forest and you see a deer, like, do you go to the deer and ask, I need your identification, I need your ID?
This is what we're going with. You don't ask a deer for their ID, so why are you asking me, a human being, for my ID? That's a complete non sequitur and has nothing to do with anything. The deer doesn't live in society. The deer isn't a human being. The deer is not a party to the social contract. Like, what are you talking about?
Because I don't know.
How old is her son? I hope he's 7, because if he's any older, he sounds as stupid as she does.
You are a deer, so I need to identify you. This is where it's starting all from, okay?
Wait until she hears about during deer season tags that you have to buy for the deer to identify it because you're only allowed to kill a certain amount.
Delusion and illusion, and we all been trapped in it and we play on it. So I'm actually walking into something very interesting where I will be able to demonstrate what I really mean, because this is the foundation. This is the foundation why people get derailed, why people are confused, why people are lost in this legal goulash. It's literally legal goulash of illusion.
Figuratively legal goulash, although if you do have literal legal goulash, I will try it.
Illusions, which are based off assumptions and presumptions.
Rosage, thanks for following. I've been getting a lot of followers lately, by the way. Thank you, everyone who's recently found the channel. I appreciate it. Hope you like it.
To rebut these, and the only way we can really rebut when we know who we are. So, I'm here and I will show you something really cool, okay? So, when you go to forest and you see a deer, how many of you will go to the deer and ask, I need your identification. I need your identification, Mr. Deer. Because I cannot see that you are a deer and I need to identify you. That's what identification means, right? Like when you don't know what something is, so you are asking.
They know you're a human. They're asking which human. If you needed to know which specific deer something was, then yeah, an ID would help, but that's not the scenario. You're imagining and comparing two completely different scenarios that have nothing to do with each other.
For ID, right? Would that make sense? Please give me yes. Please give me yes. I need some yes. Identification is only needed when something is unclear. It needs to be identified, right? So if we see something and we don't know what it is, we need to identify it, right? So when we go to forest and we see a deer, we know, because I don't think that people will disagree with me, we know it's a deer, right? We don't walk to the deer and ask, I need your identification, because I am kind of mentally cuckoo and I cannot see that you are deer. So
I want to. It's been 5 minutes and all she said one thing so far. Would she even have a channel if she could be concise? Jesus. Rainy with 40 bits says, actually, she's quite correct. We do not and indeed never have demanded identification from deer. We shoot them, eviscerate them, skin them, cook them, eat them, carve their bones into interesting and amusing shapes, but we have never required them identification or identity. We can't argue with that. True.
Oh, when we are out there minding our business, we are exercising our rights to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness through, and many of the other rights, like which are enumerated, right?
Okay, she's taking too long. I'm moving on. Yeah, we're moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Okay, let's try this one.
You are. I need your driver's license and insurance now.
I'm giving you my driver's license.
I need your
effective payment. I don't have no necessity to give you my commercial property without any reason.
Driver's
or
license and insurance.
Data.
Driver's license and insurance.
Today,
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Do I have the Muppet movies on 4K? They haven't been. The only one that's been released on 4K is Muppets Take Manhattan, and no, I don't. I have the Blu-ray of all of them except. No, I think I have the Blu-ray of all of them that are available on Blu-ray.
I'm here to help. I stopped, or he attempted to stop me while I was in the
Unless Muppet Wizard of Oz is on Blu-ray, I don't have that.
midst of going my way.
After you cut through a funeral home and drove a funeral procession and drove down the median, yes. So I need your driver's license and insurance.
Why?
We just told you.
I just told you.
Yeah.
Is that a violation?
Yes, it is a violation.
Of what right? Of what
driver's
code?
license? Listen, I'm not playing your game
law?
for too much longer.
I'm
Okay.
not trying to play a
You
game
are.
with
Driver's
sir.
license and insurance.
I'm not looking to play a game with
No,
you.
Muppet Christmas Carol has not released on 4K, surprisingly. It's one of my favorite Muppet movies. Is it my favorite Muppet movie? That feels cliche. That feels like a basic bitch move.
Okay. I would like to know what is...
Probably correct, though.
You have a bona fide claim.
Driver's license and insurance, or...
I have no problem. Are you hearing me not refuse to give him my license?
Who are the two old Muppets that are commenting on the show? Those guys are funny. Waldor and Statler.
I have no refusal,
Waldorf,
but
rather,
it is
sorry.
going to take a payment.
Okay.
Am I not entitled
I'll pay
to,
at the station.
Am
Let's
I
go.
not entitled to an effective amount of payment or self-determination? I can determine the value of my own time. I can determine the value of my own private property.
Okay, perfect. Now your
Is it
driver's
not
license...
my right to pick who is my authority? You are not authority to me. I'm just here to help.
Okay, driver's license and insurance.
I would love to give it to you.
Okay.
Do you have $10,000 effective?
Yeah, I do. It's at the station. Let's go. Driver's...
$10,000 effective immediately. I wish I could demand that. Chat, $10,000 effective immediately. You owe it to me. I verbally said it, so it's true. It works like a magic spell. My material component is these juggling balls, and my somatic component is this. Where's my money, chat?
Driver's license and insurance.
Go ahead and do this
We're not going
contractual
anywhere.
exchange.
We're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. The only place you're going is in the back of his car if you don't give me your driver's license and insurance right now.
Can you pay in installments? No, straight to jail. Overthought with 100 bits says best I got is $1. Acquitted.
I conditionally accept. Do you
Okay,
have a bona fide
step out of the
claim?
car.
Do you have a
Step out of the
bona
car.
fide claim?
Step out of the car. Step out of the car. You're failing to provide identification.
Let's get another car here, please.
You need to give me your driver's license and insurance.
Why is it that I would give you my private property for nothing in exchange? Are you coming between me and my God? Are you not allowing me to serve God as authority? Can
I need your
serve
driver's
two
license
masters?
and insurance.
Is it that you are insisting that you are authority to me?
Driver's license
Are
and
you
insurance.
compelling me to believe that government was formed so that government could control people, or the people to have the right to control government?
Okay.
I must uphold my duty to uphold my rights.
Sure.
If it is that I violate those, then I may subject myself to your authority or jurisdiction. If it is true that you violate me in any way, shape, or form, then you all will be held
driver's
liable,
license
and the
attached
judicial
to the photo.
system will uphold the justice inside of the meritocracy. As simple as that.
Are you going to give me your driver's license or not?
Do you have payment effective immediately? I'm not belligerent. I'm not.
For those that don't know, your driver's license isn't your personal property. The state owns it. You agree to that when you sign for it.
Okay, then get out of imply authority.
Okay.
And you are legally required to turn that and registration proof and insurance proof over upon being stopped.
Insisting that I must
when you're driving a vehicle.
abandon my belief. Must I proceed without faith in Christ and faith in the goodness and faith?
Nemesaur with a $10 tip says, best I can do right now. That'll count. Thank you.
In myself, I must be competent. I must believe.
Next time you're going straight to jail, though.
Your belief is your belief, but we have a job to do it, and we have the right to do it.
But it is true that I must uphold my duties, even if it is that you were to break my windows, pull me out, do me dirty, and get me in it. I would have this on record for the judicial
Absolutely,
system.
and we don't
And
want
the
to do
judge
that,
would
and I will
rule in
have
my
that on
favor,
record.
and I
We do
would
not
be
want to do that.
compensated
We
for
would
all
like
of the
your
penalties and
your
liabilities that you
compliance to the
agency
law.
racked up.
Driver's license and insurance.
I will let you know now on the record that you have been noticed that you all are racking up liabilities for
Okay,
the time
I don't.
in which that I am
I don't
staying.
care about anything you have to say.
If it is true that you all are going to beat me or something, or that's what you all intend.
We don't want to do any of that.
Brutalizing the vehicle, all of that is just going to be penalized and liabilities racked up.
We would like you to
Okay.
comply with the
I am
rules of the
not-
road. Where
okay,
you're stopped for an
I am
offense,
not-
you produce your license.
I am not failing to produce my license. You all are failing to produce your payment.
Okay.
You're either going to need a payment or a bona fide claim. Brother,
Okay.
you don't
Bona
seem to be all that
fide.
friendly.
Okay.
You can't
I'm very
back up
friendly because you haven't been ripped out of your vehicle yet.
I'm looking to work with you all.
We're just dealing with a driver violation, and you're escalating it to something other than that right now. And there might be reasons you're escalating that. We don't know.
But if it is true that you all are going to get ready to bust windows, oh, you just hit the car, all of these are going to be penalties and liabilities that you rack up.
You can take up what you want. We're just asking you to comply.
Stuffy nose or a headache? Stuffy, I'm kind of congested. Do people use Vicks Vapor Rub for headache? Why?
You all are now about to
I think if I had a headache, it would actually make it worse. I don't have a headache, it doesn't hurt me, but if I had a headache, I feel like that smell would make it worse.
Me or anyway,
at the moment, we're asking you to comply and
distracts from the pain, I guess.
produce your driver's license.
I'll give it one more shot. Last chance, okay? We've been here long enough. I told you.
Are you the highest authority here?
What do you got? What do you got?
How may I help you?
Can you roll it down a little bit more so we could have a normal discussion at least?
Would you mind backing up, and I would indeed lower the window for this brother here.
Okay.
Would you back up so it is that I can have a one-on-one?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
How may I help you?
Well, this officer pulled you over, so he needs...
May I stop you there first?
Go ahead.
He did not pull me over. I voluntarily stopped after he waved at me in the road.
Okay.
I am paid. How may I help you? I'm a civil guy. My brother may need some help, or he may be looking to tell me, hey, So I'm stopping to see what it is that I may help him with.
Okay.
That's the first part.
Okay.
Please continue, brother.
So, he's stopping you for a traffic violation. Therefore, you are required to produce ID as a driver on the roadway.
Absolutely. Okay. I could understand that from that point of view. Okay. Now, can you understand my point of view? Because I study law and understand this stuff. Why is it that I am compelled to be in the democracy and provide...
Why am I compelled to be in the democracy?
Consent to a situation that I am not in my best interest. It's not beneficial.
This guy's vocabulary is interesting. He's talking much more officially and with like much more stilted language than your average sovereign citizen, and I'm curious why. Why does he talk like this? It's kind of a weird way to talk.
I shape the situation. Instead of saying no or...
It's like he's code switching, but he's trying to switch to like some sort of what he imagines to be an official like legal jargon voice. It's interesting.
Denying him, why is it not that I make it beneficial for myself? It is my property. If he's compelling me to believe, hey, you owe me this license, I say, hey, okay, well, I don't mind giving it to you if you have payment for it because it's my property, just like it's my time.
But he's not looking to keep it.
But still, he's looking to do something.
So why are you looking for money if he just wants to look at it?
I told him because it is something that has to do with law and on the record. Okay. If it is that I give him my property without anything,
okay, let me stop you there. But the law also states, as you know, because you said you studied it, you have to produce your license to an officer when it is requested for no payment.
Now, let me go ahead and let you know that. That is not law. That is indeed policy.
No.
These are called statutes and codes.
Illinois compiled statutes. That's
exactly.
What it says.
Statutes. These are for corporations. I have the right to uphold my inalienable rights.
You can uphold your rights. That's what rights are for you to uphold them. And you as a person driving on the roadways, that is a privilege that you have.
I don't mind letting you know that it is not a privilege for me.
Yeah, statutes are laws. Statutes are laws passed by the legislature. Yes.
Maybe
then what is it for
privilege.
you?
It is a right. I have the right to travel.
And in agreeance with exercising that right as a motorist on Illinois highways to drive upon these roads, you have to produce your ID when requested by a peace officer.
Now you understand why I cannot provide you with my private property, because if I provide you with my private property and you run me and say, hey, this is what he identified as, this guy on this piece of paper has already contracted with the state to abide by these laws and rules. So guess what? I give you that, I'm going away because I did something wrong and I identified with who I was not.
Okay.
But if it is true that you don't know me, and you cannot compel me to believe that I have some sort of contract with the state or that I owe you anything, then how is it that I must oblige?
As a motorist, you must oblige.
I'm not a motorist? I mean, that's a description. That's
okay.
Up to your
so I think we are at the point, since I don't know your first name, I'll call you sir.
That's a reference that I typically let people go by.
Okay.
Especially when they're acting under color of law.
Okay,
So now I
so-
must ask you before you go ahead with your sir. Are you intentionally looking to violate codes and statutes, federal, being deprivation of rights under color of
Sir,
law?
what's
Because
going
it is
to-
true that you are indeed now infringing upon
What's
my
going
rights.
what's going to happen, sir, is if you do not provide your ID and step out, we will force entry to this vehicle.
I conditionally accept upon presentation of a bona fide claim.
I
Would you like to
conditionally
pay for it?
accept.
No, I would not.
No, so it is that you are saying that you are going to take it, you are stealing from me, or are you saying that you are coming after what you are?
I'm pretty much there with it. Can we let's maybe a little bit of all right.
Old.
No, we are
You are owed this
we are
license?
using it for identification. No one's taking it, no one's stealing it,
How
no
are
one's
you going
borrowing
to
it.
utilize my
That's not
property
up
for
for you.
identification without me affirming my property as identification? I'm not looking to identify.
Okay, sir,
If
what
it is
I'm
that
letting you know right now is I think we're at an impasse to where you are not following lawful direction from us, so we will force entry into the vehicle.
I am
is what I'm
agreeing.
letting you know.
I am indeed agreeing to oblige to whatever it is that you need me
Okay.
to
Not getting
do,
paid for your license.
But it is going to be a bilateral agreement. It cannot be a unilateral agreement, because if I allow it to be a unilateral agreement, then it is that you are going to be authority and you're going to have jurisdiction. So then once this goes
So
to court,
is the
judge is going to
is
say,
the
hey, this
bi-
guy
is
the
the
property of the
bilateral
state, and the
agreement
state was allowed to
is
do
the
what they need to do.
bilateral agreement you wanting money from us for your ID? Then what's the agreement?
We can have the agreement that if we presented 3 agreements so far. One, the agreement that I am going to give you my license upon presentation of obligation, meaning a bona fide claim stating that I have already owed you my license. Now, if I don't have that, which I know you don't, the second option would be to compensate me for it in a way, shape, or form.
Jesus.
Wherever way you may think is beneficial. Hey, I can have you do this for me. I can have you do that. Just make it beneficial, or have the payment ready that I have affirmed for what I need for my time and my property. Or the third option was, I said you all can remove all these vehicles, remove all of your property, and we can go about our day.
That's not going to happen.
Well, what if I go ahead and put my license up right here, or my property, should I say, to make it more clear?
We
Not
are
your
at the
property.
point where you
Should I
are
put-
now
what
you
if
are
I-
now under arrest, sir,
Do
for
you
obstructing.
I
You are
conditionally
now
accept
under
being
arrest.
under arrest.
I conditionally oh, he accepted it. He did it. We did it. Okay.
Upon presentation of bona fide claim.
Let's go.
Step out so we can place you under arrest without having to damage your property. If you do not step out now, we will force entry into
I have my finger hovering over a particular button.
your vehicle.
I conditionally accept stepping out
Then
now
step out.
and getting
Then
under
step out
arrest
now.
upon presentation
Then
of a
step
bona
out
fide
now.
claim.
To step out now
I
is right
also
now.
would like to put you all on notice now that if it is that you all intend on getting violent with me or aggressive, please do not mistake
We
any
intend on
energy
doing what we
redirection
need to do
to
to
be
effect an
any
arrest.
opposition
Clear to go on the other side?
If it
Yeah,
is true
we're
that
clear.
you are now
Don't reach for it.
That looked incredibly satisfying to do. That looked fun. That looked like video. You ever play a video game with really good glass physics? And you just want to sit there and smash it because it's like really fun to do? That's the vibe that Smash game.
Don't reach for anything.
It's good. You want to take your seatbelt off for us?
I conditionally accept being arrested upon presentation of bona fide claim. You are all going to be
Step out of the car.
Come on, just step out.
Count that. That's fine. Okay, so another arrest. Ugh. So thank you everyone for hanging out again today with more Sovereign Citizens. Oh, they just keep going. So, I will be back tomorrow and we'll be doing Tinfoil Tuesday, so I'm very excited for that. This Saturday will be our first in our month of ultra long streams. We'll be doing an 8-hour stream on Saturday, so be prepared for that. I think that'll be our tinfoil stream. So tomorrow, regular tinfoil Tuesday, and then Saturday we'll be doing our 8-hour long all-day stream. So that'll be fun. Remember, we're doing one of those every weekend during this month because you guys did a previous tip goal. And one of them, of course, is going to be Pissmas, which I think is going to be on the 19th or the 20th. It just depends. So yeah, cool beans. Let's see who we're going to raid on Twitch. Stone Corbell with 50 bits says, I conditionally accept the end of this stream on presentation of bona fide claim. I know it's bona fide, by the way. I'm making a joke. Don't think I'm stupid, please. Okay. Let's see who we're gonna raid before I go make biscuits and then make a sandwich with those biscuits. We'll raid KF Logan.
You're just like the end. You're just.
Alright. Have a great night, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. And, I don't know, hope you have some Vicks Vapor Rub or something, because holy shit, it's dry, and my nose is just blocked. Like you wouldn't believe. Have a good night, everyone. See you soon. Like the stream. Bye-bye.